Tell them Bill sent you today. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Good morning, freedom fighters. What's up, Kenny?
Get up. What up, Vic?
How you doing, baby?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you
got us up there.
You look ready. You sound ready. We're ready. Karen Kataline to come along just a bit. So, Ken, a little sadness today.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, Caroline Leavitt is going to step down from her job as press secretary to take care of her family, which I believe is very noble.
Yeah, Vic, as she said, it's bittersweet.
Yeah, but the hell with her family. This is our show here.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. No.
I'm kidding. We love her. So
yeah.
We'll do a little bit of levity today. We only got maybe this and maybe one more time. She's leaving at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm actually, for me, it's like a little excitement knowing that we're going to have to come up with something new for the new press secretary because we have for everyone else.
That's right. That's true. Ever since we, oh my God, you're right. Saki and crazy
careening into
Asian,
the abyss.
Right.
And
so Gregory Wrightstone from the CO2 Coalition, has he flipped on us or what?
I don't know.
Is he joining the left's COVID denial crap?
Yeah, the headline's interesting.
Hot, hot, hot. July recorded hottest year ever in U.S. I can listen to Al Roker for that crap.
I would ask him. I would inquire.
You bet. Nate Lucas, the communications director for U.S. Representative Eric Burlison at 10:05. Porcelli's Deli, special baseball Porcelli's Deli today. You know what? I'll tell you right off the bat. We're going to read to you Casey at the Bat.
Yeah.
From Ernest Thayer. And before we even get there, Ken, what year do you think Casey at the Bat was written?
Early 1900s.
1888. How
wow.
about that? 1888.
Wow.
Baseball. It was baseball, and then we screwed it up.
Yeah.
It took us 150 years to screw it up.
And we finally made it.
Early chat box 10. Yeah, right. Early chat box 1041. All grievances go to Ken. I don't want to hear it. No,
Get ready.
I'll take your grievances.
Get in there. Grab your friends and family.
Tony Kinnett from the Daily Signal at 11:05. Ken Cuccinelli chickened out on us yesterday because you knew we were going to say, well, Donald Trump did win, and you were wrong. Ken, who's doing the Pledge of Allegiance?
Vic Head, Nancy Mernon.
Oh, we love Nancy Mernon. Go ahead, Nance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so the big story from the left-wing crazy media is that Donald Trump put our U.S. press in jeopardy.
Yes.
Number one, who cares?
No.
But Marco Rubio was on there, too, and another high-ranking official. And when you hear that, you know that it was fine, right?
Correct.
And the Secret Service, just to be clear, their protectee is Donald Trump and Donald Trump alone.
Right, and that's what they were concerned with. They had to take care of him.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
and
they wouldn't have left Marco Rubio on the plane.
Exactly right, Ken. And, I don't know. Let's go.
The one and only Karen Kataline.
Did you know that I'm married to a trucker? I feel like using a Yiddish word, famished. Toiling in front of my computer, I am. They're just too dumb to lie. He has the effect of 6 shots of scotch.
Good morning, Karen Kataline.
And good morning, Vic Porcelli and Ken Williams.
Good morning, Karen.
Good to talk to you. Always, always.
I love your enthusiasm about being on this show. I really do.
I do love doing it, or I wouldn't do it.
I know.
You get to a certain age, and you say, I'm not going to do stuff I don't like doing.
Oh.
Well, I know.
If at all possible.
I know this is fact with Karen because she has done other things that she stopped doing and continued with us. So there you go.
Did.
There's proof.
It's Karen Kataline.
I jettisoned it.
Make her your model, my dear.
Right.
That was an Oliver Twist reference.
Sympathies to you. When I heard about Caroline Leavitt, I thought of you.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, Vic is going to be in mourning."
Yeah, we're gonna miss her.
Yeah, we have a little levity once a week, and
yeah, but now we gotta think of a new name for the new person.
That's okay.
You know, I mean, everything.
You know who I'm? Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry,
let's hear it.
No. Well, you know, I'm curious about. This is the first time I was listening to the news coming in, and I heard of all the people who are maybe being considered. The last name I found incredibly enticing, although Caroline Leavitt is going to be an incredibly tough act to follow. She was spectacular.
Yep.
But when they said Katie Miller, I went, ooh, that could be good. Wait a minute. 2 prominent Jews and others
oh my God.
in the Trump administration?
And Vic, it would be Miller time 2 times a week.
Right. Different kind of Miller time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
2
Didn't
Jews.
she just had a baby? I looked it up.
Oh, 2 Jews.
In June. Yeah.
2 Jews, and one's a Nazi. So you know those Jewish Nazis that are so abundant in this world.
2 Jews, numerous opinions.
See, here's the thing.
That's for sure.
When Ken and I started this gig, Jen Psaki was the press secretary, and we did Saki to me, right? The old laughing thing. And then careening into the abyss for Kareen.
Which I loved because we were careening.
Yeah. And now, you know, a little bit of levity for Caroline Leavitt. And now we'll have to hope it's somebody that's a name we can
gotta
work
wait.
with. Yeah.
Somebody who has a name that's alliterative. Well, there's a lot of K's, so you know, you never know. Katie. I've seen her. She's doing a podcast now, but I don't know a great deal about her. But boy, oh boy.
I know she talks just like her husband. You know, she's perfect. She never makes a mistake. She never says, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I think you need somebody like that.
I have a crush on her husband. I have for a long time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you too. He's adorable.
Yeah.
He's adorable, and he's so steady.
Yep.
Steady
So
as a rock.
Did you survive No Gravity Day yesterday?
I didn't know there was no gravity day, so I guess I did.
You gotta
what
stay
didn't
up.
I know now?
No, it was a fun little hoax that people were putting around. It was really catching steam, too. It was going viral. That yesterday at 9:33, there would be no gravity for 7 seconds. And
Oh, I guess I vaguely heard something like that, and I went, yeah, right.
Gutfeld even mentioned it last night on the show.
Oh, did he?
And Karen, we actually recorded the actual act of Vic floating into the air.
Oh, you did?
There I go. I'm going up. Ken, get me down, Ken! Help me! Oh, no. Oh, no! It was a rough landing, I got to tell you.
That was cute. I love to laugh.
So I'm sorry, before I forget, and I know when I said Karen Kataline, make her your models, my dear. That was a little Oliver reference there when Fagin says it to the kids. The Dodger, make him your model, my dear.
Should I share something very dark about that if you didn't already know?
The darker, the better.
Oh, the darker?
Yeah.
Well, I loved that musical too. I remember seeing it in the movie, and I've seen a couple of productions of it. What's his name? Who wrote it? You know him.
Lionel Bart. Lionel Bart.
Yeah. No. Who wrote Oliver?
Yeah.
Oliver Twist.
Lionel Bart. Yeah. Oh. You're talking about Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens was a rabid anti-Semite, and there were many.
I didn't know that.
And Fagin was, and of course Ron Moody did have some Jewish blood in him, but anyway, he was wonderful as Fagin. But the shyster and Fagin, they're all Jewish stereotypes.
His name in the novel is the Jew.
Well, there
Fagin.
You go.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't lying then.
But you know what? I tried to read Oliver Twist, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather just watch the musical. It's so much more fun. And
The musical's great.
Lionel Bart is the guy. That's where I thought you were going. Lionel Bart wrote the musical, and he can't read music, but he wrote the musical. Every song is a showstopper. Every single song is a showstopper. And then he took that one, and then he was a big drinker. He took all that money, tried to do another one that flopped, and then he drank himself to death.
Oh.
Yeah, but I love
Gee.
Oliver. Love it.
I didn't know you loved it so much.
I do.
It is a
yeah.
great musical, and it is dark itself.
Yeah.
Very dark.
Yeah, Bill
Like
Sykes
when,
is no good guy.
When Bill Sykes' girl dies, he kills her.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I didn't give that away for anybody that's
Oh,
seen it.
it's only
It's
50,
been around a
60
long
years
time.
old. It's okay.
Yes, it is.
Now, here's a funny
Did
story.
you like? Oh, tell
No,
me a story.
No, you're my guest.
No, I'm always talking when you're talking, and it's very rude.
My son went to the Parkway school system here in St. Louis, and Parkway South High School did Oliver. And they were really smart because they went to the kindergarten and let kids from the kindergarten audition to be the orphans that do Glorious Food, right?
Uh-huh.
And they do that, and then they put them all in this classroom with this one teacher, and they didn't want the kids to see anything that happened because Nancy dies, and they didn't want the kids to know that Nancy died. Isn't that crazy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. At least they're trying to protect kids and not,
Yeah.
47-year-old snowflakes.
Right. And the woman who played Nancy in the movie is still alive, still singing. And
Shani Wallace.
that's right. Boy, you're good.
Yeah.
You are.
You know, sometimes names come to me, and other times I can't remember the name of Charles Dickens.
Right.
Dickens. It must be psychological. I blocked him out.
I just want to make sure I got it all right. Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. A Sale of Two Titties by Daryl's Chickens. Okay.
I love it.
That's a Monty Python thing, the bookshop. All right, we're going to get yelled at if we don't talk about something here, okay? So
Okay.
let's talk about Hong Kong Phooey, Francesca Hong Kong Phooey. She is the weirdest looking person, isn't she? I mean, regardless that her policies are ridiculous, she's just weird to look at.
I don't want to be pejorative about her looks, but now that you mention it, her eyes are very far apart. Maybe she's like got a little, I hate to say this isn't right, little bit of Down syndrome.
Yes! Oh, my God, yes. I said that to my wife
Really?
last night. She looks like an Asian person with Down syndrome.
Yeah, but a lot of Down syndrome kids are a lot nicer than she is.
And better looking.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I just posted, it's funny, I just posted it. It just came to me probably because I heard a news item and I threw this on, or I saw David Burke posted about how she lost the race, of course. Well, thank God. And that her opponent stopped campaigning for a month. And I decided to post it and said, if that election was remotely accurate, it is still a terrible disgrace. So we got an avowed America-hating communist. She's a true insurrectionist. Yeah. She wants to dismantle our country, which the dirty little secret is the great majority of Democrats do, whether they're avowed communists or not. And she's even a Thanksgiving denier.
Yes.
And she gets that close to being the Democrat candidate.
For governor,
that
right? Wasn't she running for governor in
disgrace.
Wisconsin?
There was so much.
Yeah.
There was so much
Disgrace.
pushback on that, Karen, on the Thanksgiving thing that she actually had to come back and say, no, that's my favorite holiday, and it was a little too late. But
that's what they.
Yeah, just see exactly right.
There's such one.
Go ahead, you got interrupted again.
What? By who? Oh, you?
Me.
They're so one-dimensional that
yeah.
Thanksgiving or whatever their problem is with Thanksgiving, but it's the one day, Ken, where we are truly thankful for the people we love, the people we work with, the people we talk to. And so get off my back.
And it's tradition, Karen. That's what the thing is that the Democrats want to dismantle history. And so the tradition of Thanksgiving, that's a good thing to maybe start with holidays.
What amazes me, I love Thanksgiving, and because it's such a non-denominational holiday, it's quintessentially American, which is why they hate it. But what amazes me is how you can give 3 sermons against communism, and the thing that gets to people's heart and soul is she wants to abolish Thanksgiving. And so we have to remember that's where a lot of people are. Not that they're ignorant. It's just you got to get them on an emotional level.
Yeah.
And if that was the thing that upset them the most, then look at what else they want to abolish. Yeah. They want to abolish your house, your private property, your oven, your stove, your car. your rights and all the rest of it. But we got to address it from that level.
And
it's astonishing.
Thanksgiving for the Italians, it's just our chance to eat even more, right?
Yeah.
We start with the plate of nuts, right? There's a bunch of nuts. You eat those. Then antipasto time. Got the antipasto comes out, and that's all kinds of meat, deli meat and cheese. And then ravioli,
Prosciutto.
grandma's homemade ravioli, and then the turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So they just roll us the hell out of grandma's house.
Well,
I was wondering how Italians do Thanksgiving to be both traditional American and traditional Italian.
Well, there you
just
go.
explain.
I just laid it out.
Ravioli.
yeah, you did
huh?
actually.
Homemade. I used to watch her with her thumbs.
Wow.
Close up the raviolis. Wait a second.
No, I was just going to mention, Karen mentioned the emotional aspect. We have to approach that. The Democrats have been doing that for decades.
Yes.
Karen, that's the way they actually have divided this country was through emotion. It's not about policy. It's about let's get them where it hurts, where the emotion is. Let's divide them this way, and that's the way they've been doing it all this time.
You're exactly right. Especially, I agree, especially the way it works best is when you detach them from their brains and all common sense,
Right.
which they've been doing
Yeah.
for several decades in K-16 education,
Yep.
is to do away with reason, with discernment, with asking questions. No, just appeal to them on an emotional level. And they have been told that's okay to determine a course of action. As if somebody emotionally touches you in a certain way, helps you feel like more of a victim, boy, you're off and running. You're theirs for life. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Karen Kataline, the one and only. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, both of you. Have a super duper weekend.
You too, Karen.
It's a lot of
Thank
pressure.
you.
It's a lot of pressure.
I know.
We'll
See
get
ya.
super weekend's one thing. Super duper. I don't know if I can. Thanks, Karen. We'll talk Monday.
Okay, bye.
God, do I love her. All right. Maybe our penultimate edition of A Little Levity. Caroline Levitt. That's next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Follow us on Rumble at NewstalkSTL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Turbocharge turbocharge the emerging global clean energy economy.
The president has been very clear. He's been crystal clear on this.
On Newstalk STL.
Remember when we used to make fun of Joe Biden, Ken, and they say, well, he's got a stutter.
Well, yeah, he has a stutter.
Nothing in that what you just played has anything to do with stutter.
No.
Turbocharge, turbo, the charge, and President Xi.
The moment he did that, I remember you nailed it because it was like this. He said, turbocharge. He thought, oh, I'm really on right now. So then he starts to explain. He goes, wait a minute, I better try it again. Turbocharge.
Because he got lost.
Right, and then he got lost again.
And he went back to a comfortable phrase he can say, turbocharge.
Turbocharge.
And then he screwed it all up. Hey, Ken, since you brought it up at 11:25, can we do another excerpt from Joe's
let's do
memoir?
Yeah, we have to. I mean, we got the inside scoop on it.
What is it again? Remember Me?
Promise Me America or something like that?
Promise Me America.
Yeah,
So
memoir of Joe Biden.
There's an audio book, and Joe reads the audio book, and we'll give you a little excerpt before you go out and buy it.
Right, because, we want to give you the advance notice.
We do. So Chris Cooper from Serenity Wealth Management would probably say, don't get that Joe Biden memoir. Let's do something else with your money.
No, but he will give you the inside scoop on finance.
Exactly right. And that's why we send you to him. Because if we sent you to a wealth management office, and when you walk in there, they immediately, chain you to the chair and blindfold you and gag you and say, just listen to me. It's not what they do. Chris Cooper doesn't do it that way. He wants to have a conversation, talk it out. What do you want to do? He'll help you out, and you won't even realize you're getting helped out. That's the great thing about it. So why don't you get familiar with Chris's mindset and get his books? He's got two of them on serenitynowtax.com. That's the new holistic retirement and tax-free strategies for long-term care. And then a really short little owner's playbook for financial clarity, business owner's playbook for financial clarity you can get at serenitynow.com. FinanceBiz.com. Great radio show, Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
Vic, it's a fantastic Fun with Finance feature.
Is that what it's called, Fun with Finance?
No, Serenity Wealth Now.
Of course it is. So be sure you listen. Be sure you talk to Chris. And go to SerenityNowTax.com. Serenity Now, Chris Cooper.
Investment advice offered through Fortis Capital Advisors.
Serenity Now! This Karen Kataline segment brought to you by Gingham's Family Restaurant. Locally owned and operated. Just south of 70 on Highway 94.
This app is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I listen on my phone.
If you have a phone, you have a radio.
It is awesome.
Download the all-new News Talk STL app and listen anytime, anywhere.
Hey, folks, Jamie Allman here for Newsteader's fine jewelry right there at Doherty Ferry and Big Bend. WowDiamonds.com. It's Wow Diamonds for a reason. These are beautiful lab-grown diamonds. They are gorgeous. They will blind you when you walk in and see them, but that's a good thing. Great engagement sets, wedding sets, all these beautiful God-created gems, sapphires, rubies, you name it, garnets, and also all the gold you need, and the famous Bull of a Watch, WowDiamonds.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoosh.
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Hey, can I ask you something? What? What's forget about it? What is it?
Forget about it. It's like if something is the greatest thing in the world, like me get those peppers, forget about it. You know? Sometimes it just means forget about it.
All right. Thank you very much. I got it.
Forget about it. Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Ming, get those peppers.
Ming,
yeah, very good, Ken. That can mean anything, you know?
Yeah, anything.
That could be you find out some really bad news, Ming, you know? Really hot girl walks down the street, Ming, right?
Okay.
And Ming,
like kind of like whoosh.
Yes.
In various ways. I mean, you can different.
But in normal English, Mink actually means forget about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought it was time to.
Okay, I'm sorry, babe.
No, it's okay.
No, you go ahead. No, you do your thing.
Take over the show. It's fine.
Just trying to be tight.
I know. So News Talk STL has a great event coming up we want you to be at. It's the annual Leadership for America Dinner 2026. It's on September 25th. It'll be in the St. Charles Convention Center Grand Ballroom. And our keynote speaker, Ken, Nick Shirley.
It's going to be cool.
Guy who embarrassed the entire mainstream media by doing more investigative journalism by himself than their entire thing. And other speakers, too. So get your tickets at newstalkstl.com/Nick Shirley. Okay, go ahead.
I just thought it was time to. I just thought we'd have a little levity today.
It's an honor to be here. President Trump is back.
News about today's events and conditions.
I don't know about you, but I don't want my dollars going towards this crap.
A little levity.
77 million Americans voted to elect this president.
Have you ever noticed that the people who are wrong always seem to talk louder than anybody else?
I will hold myself to the truth, and I expect everyone in this room to do the same.
A little levity today.
A little sad, Ken. A little sad that Caroline Leavitt's stepping away from the press secretary position. She's doing it to spend more time with her family. God, what the hell with your family? This is the country we're talking about.
I do like that she did say it was bittersweet, though.
And the president wished her well and said she was the best press secretary ever. Love her.
Yeah. And she's going to be an outside advisor now.
Yeah, that doesn't help us, does it?
No, but that's okay. She's got to take care of her family.
So a little levity means a little bit from Caroline Leavitt. And she was talking about Maha, the Maha movement, another promise made, another promise kept. Damn it. By President Trump.
Today was a great day for the Maha movement, the Make America Healthy Again movement. It was another promise made and promise kept by President Trump today. He signed a historic executive order creating the gold standard of science childhood vaccination recommendation schedule for parents. This gives parents more choice, which is something that Maha moms like myself have been asking for our children. It's based on common sense and scientific research, thanks to Secretary Kennedy and President Trump for finally having the courage to enact this order and now to hold states accountable to, again, give parents more choice. And then, again, Secretary Kennedy announcing a huge food regulation today to require big companies to notify us of the chemicals and substances in our food. So President Trump, as promised, taking on big pharma, taking on big food to make our country healthy again. Again, something the Democrats do not support. It's just common sense.
Just common sense, y'all. So here's another reason, just another reason to love this administration and the people in it, in the cabinet. Yesterday, Marco Rubio was making fun of the... Oh, you have that?
Yeah.
No. How about that? You know, I just bring something up and there it is. Yeah. Yeah. Number 10. Can we squeeze that in? Or should
Let's
we...
do it.
All right. So Marco Rubio making fun of RFK Jr. and tells the world what he really loves.
I don't know if this is this our... Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Adopted RFK's diet of red meat and fermented vegetables.
No, this is a crazy diet. This is a diet that consists of eating sauerkraut and meat. Now, you understand, like, this is not a sustainable thing. Like, you can't just walk into it.
Well, he sustains it because he does it.
Can you imagine? He has to travel with coolers of sauerkraut. I'm not going to
does.
travel the world with a cooler full of sauerkraut. It's ridiculous.
That's his wife
I
with
can't
him.
do it. It's not sustainable.
Are you Maha?
I'm in favor of Maha. Like, I think people should be healthy.
No, he is not.
But I think ultimately, at the
He is
end...
completely not.
What's he eat?
Pop-Tarts.
No, I don't eat Pop-Tarts every day.
Okay, you eat sweets.
The Pop-Tart is one of the great American innovations in history of the world. If you think about it, it comes in this
He
beautiful
eats
foil
all
package.
the things you should not be eating. Every single thing.
That's so good.
There's so many great things in that.
That whole interview that he did, it was just so fun.
All right, so here's the thing. First of all, do you like sauerkraut?
Yeah, I do.
I love hot dog, mustard, sauerkraut. Love it. But RFK, it's like he walks around with a jar and just keeps eating sauerkraut. And that's good because I love it and it's good for you. Pop-Tarts, I don't get Pop-Tarts.
I love them.
I know I'm in the minority, but I just don't get them. I don't get them.
Yeah.
If I'm going to put something in the toaster or something like that, it's going to be a toaster strudel or a toaster scramble.
Those are good. Yeah,
those. And his wife just totally outing him. But you know that RFK and Marco Rubio get along.
Of course.
And that's the fun thing about it.
Right.
You know?
He said that he lives 2 doors away from him, and they're actually his dogs go over to RFK's house and vice versa.
They probably RFK probably feeds the dog sauerkraut. Here, go back and fart in front of your mouse.
Right.
All right, sorry. So back to Caroline Leavitt. So the Democrat Party, right? JFK's inauguration, he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." That is not today's Democrat at all.
Oh, no.
Here's Caroline.
I believe that there are millions of Americans across this country who see these Democrats for who they are. These are radical, extreme liberals, socialists, communists, whatever you want to call them. What matters most is their extreme policy positions. This is no longer the Democrat Party of JFK. Heck, this is not even the Democrat Party of Barack Obama. This is a party that has been totally captivated by these far left extreme liberals who support massively raising your your taxes, who support abolishing your police, who support abolishing private prisons, who support reopening our southern border and our nation's borders to illegal alien criminals all over the world. These are radical Democrats who support terrible policies across the board. Again, taking away your private property, abolishing the police, banning prisons, and just allowing complete lawlessness and chaos across our country. We had 4 years of that under Joe Biden. Thanks to President Trump and Republicans and common sense policies across the board, our country is safer. Our country is more affordable. We cannot allow these radical, extreme, far left liberals to take power. We have steady progress under President Trump right now. If these radical, extreme liberals are given a chance at power here in Washington, D.C., they will try to obstruct this president and turn our country into a communist hellhole with every extreme liberal policy that they try to implement.
Man, we're going to miss her. So I saw a post on social media yesterday about the KKK and trying to associate KKK with Republicans and Trump and everything. And they really have no idea that it was the Democrats who started it. But the sad thing is, Ken, somebody reads that and goes, oh, Republicans are KKK.
Well, that's the biggest problem here, but it's the media. It all comes back to the mainstream media and their bent. Caroline Leavitt's like, I wish the American people could see more of this and understand that this is who they are. Well, they can't because they don't get it reported to them. A lot of these people don't do anything online. They just watch the mainstream media, and then they go, oh, see, this has to be fact.
Yeah, that's when Bill says to Marge, you know Trump's in the KKK?
Oh, didn't know that.
All right, you want to squeeze one more in, or are we done?
Yeah, we can.
Let's do one more. This one is about middle-class Americans having more money in their pocket.
Well, what these Democrats do is hide behind cute labels like the Democrat Socialists of America. They should be called the Destructive Socialists of America. Just look at what AOC and the Democrat Party has done over the past 2 years. They have blocked all of the significant policy that President Trump and Republicans have implemented, like the largest middle-class tax cuts in American history. Every single Democrat voted against that. If they had their way, they will massively raise your taxes on 90% of Americans across this country. They say just for the wealthy. No. Middle-class, working-class Americans in this country will have more of their hard-earned money taken out of their paychecks if Democrats are given a chance at power. Again, you look at our border. President Trump sealing the border on day one, deporting violent, criminal, illegal aliens from our countries. Democrats don't want to do that. They want to give these people amnesty. They want these illegal alien criminals to stay in our country forever and take more of your hard-earned money.
And Vic, as one example, AOC has lost so much money for her district. Amazon, just as one example, but there are others as well. But thousands of jobs, millions, if not billions of dollars into their tax base. She just said, nope, we're not doing it, just to stay in the socialist mode.
DSA, Democrat, Socialists. You sure? You sure it's not Dipshoots of America?
That could be.
I think it might be.
That could be.
All right, that's all the time we have for a little levity today.
A little levity today. Have a little levity.
So maybe one, maybe if we're lucky, two more editions of a little levity.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
So I think it's a new opportunity, Vic.
Yes. Ken is always the optimist. So it's been the hottest July ever and the hottest month ever recorded. This is information we got from Gregory Wrightstone from the CO2 Coalition.
Yes.
And I'm worried he's flipped on us.
I want to see what's going on.
All right, well, let's come that next.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter.
Whoosh.
Vic and Ken. Ken can dunk a basketball. Vic can dunk a donut. The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
Houthi rebels just struck another trade vessel off the coast of Yemen, killing 6 people. We'll ask Steve Bucci who really has control of the Strait of Hormuz and the Mideast waterways at 4:20.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
Hey, it's Vic Porcelli, and my favorite sandwich from Capriati's is the Wagyu Beef French Dip. I love Capriati's, and you will too. Visit Capriati's now at 2 locations, on Manchester at McKnight in Rock Hill, and now in Creve Coeur on Olive, just 1 mile west of 270.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on NewstalkSTL. And you can visit us at inhstl.com. That's inhstl.com.
Hi, I'm Jen Wallner.
And I'm Rodney Wallner with the Wallner Home Selling Team at Berkshire Hathaway.
Hey, Rodney, how do you sell your home for top dollar?
That's easy. Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
What if I want a flexible commission rate?
Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
When's the best time to sell your home?
Right now. Call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
For all your real estate needs, call the Wallner Home Selling Team at 314-810-SOLD.
That's 314-810-SOLD.
There's something magical about walking into your backyard and knowing your family is completely safe and secure. Hi, I'm Sean Long, owner of STL Fenceworks. That's the feeling my team and I have been creating for metro area families for more than 50 years. Whether you're adding your first fence or finally creating the outdoor sanctuary you've always wanted, we offer premium vinyl and stunning ornamental options, all designed around your family's specific needs and lifestyle. While other companies struggle with supply delays and rising costs, we've always proudly used all American-made materials, which means better pricing and faster installation for you. Our experienced craftsmen exemplify our motto, your satisfaction is our passion. From Warrenton to Wildwood, your neighbors trust us because we live here too, and we care about your project as much as you do. Right now is the golden time to build with flexible financing options and a commitment to completing your fence on time and on budget. Visit stlfenceworks.com.
If you have a phone, you have a radio.
Download the all-new Newstalk STL app.
Love the all-new Newstalk STL app.
On my way to work in the morning.
Usually I'm in the car.
I listen on the app in my car every morning going to work.
Download the Newstalk STL app and listen anytime, anywhere. This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Over here, dear.
On Newstalk STL.
Paul McCartney and Wings, you know. Band on the Run. Snuck inside the... Okay, sorry. I'm not going to sing today. Yes, I sang way too much yesterday. Well, you played Ricky Lee Jones. I don't know what you expect me to do when you play Danny's
Right. In your defense.
In my defense. Ken is my legal counsel. All right, so let's talk about CO2 Coalition, and we've been talking to Gregory Wrightstone, geologist and senior fellow at the CO2 Coalition, and all of a sudden, has he flipped on us? Hot, hot, hot. July recorded his hottest year ever in the U.S. July was the hottest month ever recorded in the United States.
Everybody run.
Gregory, have you flipped on us or what?
Oh, not hardly. Yeah, it's warm. It's summer. It's supposed to be hot.
Right, exactly right.
Before we get into it, I was in London last month during what they were freaking out on, the hottest heat wave ever during July. People were just, it was, I went and looked, the temperature was 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I'm calling you from Florida. We don't call that hot. We call that nice and warm here.
Right.
And it's just, how did these people survive the bombing, the Blitzkrieg in World War II if they're flipping out over?
They were tough back then, that's why. And, you know, I think how hot it is London the least of their worries with all the Islamic stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It was awful. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it's getting worse. So that's not. But we want to talk. You're right. There's the big claim now. July hottest ever recorded.
Right.
And that's not quite so, because we took a look at the United States Historical Climatology Network station data, and I use that. It's a subset of NOAA's complete data set, and what they've done is carved out what they think are the least corrupted stations across the United States. There are about 1,200 of them. And by corrupted, I mean corrupted with what's called urban heat island effect. And I'm sure you're aware of this, and most of your listeners, because they're really smart listeners, they know that the urban heat island effect is an increase we've seen in temperature over the recent decades from things giving off heat, like air conditioning, cars, heat in the winter, building heat, and then it's amplified by the sunlight striking asphalt, concrete, and these things. The urban heat island effect can increase temperatures by 10 to 12, sometimes as much as 15 degrees or more inside of the urban areas. Delhi, India is terrible. It's one of the worst. Washington, D.C. is a huge effect. And so what they've done is try to get the least corrupted data. And we find that the temperature for July of this year, there were 3 other years that exceeded that in temperature. The average temperature using NOAA data was
what?
You there? Oh, no.
Gregory?
The heat melted him.
Oh, no.
He was melting.
I'll try and call him back.
Call him back.
I want because he's right in the middle of something.
Yeah, and it sounded like he was punching in a code there to get through a gate or something. Gregory Wrightstone is the senior fellow at the CO2 Coalition, and the first guy to really make me feel like I was onto something, and I really wasn't because we learned about it in grade school, right? That CO2 is needed for the plants to grow.
Right.
And we exhale CO2. Stop me when I'm wrong, Ken. We exhale CO2, and they give us oxygen, which we consume, and then we give it back to them in CO2 when we breathe, you know. And he was like, yeah, that's right. Absolutely right. Yep. And now he leads the CO2 Coalition, and I think that it's something that the mainstream media will never, ever admit to, that they were wrong about climate change. Well, I mean, first of all, in the 70s, they told us, watch out, global freezing. The Earth is going to be a big ball of ice. That's what they told us on Nova, on PBS. It being on PBS should have been the first clue. And then global warming was the phrase. And then they realized that. Hi, Gregory.
Hello.
Then they used
Hey, I got to explain what happened.
Go ahead.
I'm sitting on my patio, and my wife jumps in the car, starts it up, and it kicks right into the car, into the and so I'm sitting there talking away, and it's coming over into the car in the garage. So
Yeah.
I've asked her to just give us a few minutes here.
Imagine it from her point of view, when she turns on the car, and there you are. God, I got to listen to him when I'm in the car, too? Jeez.
We thought it was climate change.
Oh, boy. So go ahead, continue. About July wasn't really the hottest with all the NOAA stuff.
Yeah, and it's what we're seeing here, and I'm gonna have to get my connections here and turn off my Bluetooth.
Yeah, turn off the Bluetooth. And any other color tooth you may have.
And now we should be safe, and she can start the vehicle up and get out of here.
Okay.
All right, love.
Love you, babe. Love ya. See ya.
Love you, baby. All right, go ahead. She's going to go have a glass of Chardonnay with a friend for lunch.
No, she's going to need 2 now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So anyhow, we're talking. We're in a warming trend. So temperatures in 2026 should be a bit more than they were 10, 20, and 30 years ago, because we're warming. But what we see is it's cyclical, and again, we see pretty hot temperatures back in the late 1890s, and then again the 1930s were really, really warm. There were 12 or 15 years of very, very warm temperature. That was the Dust Bowl era, and it was really consistently hot.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we're seeing here, we have 3 other years. I'm not sure where we got cut off, but 1901 was the hottest, nearly 2 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than July of 2026, and then 1931 and 1936 were the other years where July temperatures exceeded what we saw last month.
So the funny thing is that the mainstream media will never admit to any of this, right? Al Roker shows his national map on the Today Show, and it's all red, and there's fire, and
Flames
the
coming off of
devil is looking at you. I mean, they really go overboard. Not like I didn't just then, but
they do. And the thing to understand too, we aren't along. We've talked before. You know I'll be a broken record, but a lot of your listeners haven't heard me before. Is that we are in a warming trend. But the key here is the warming trend we're in started more than 300 years ago. It brought us out of the cold, what was called the Little Ice Age, it was probably the coldest or one of the coldest periods of the last 10,000 years. It was, I think, Valley Forge was right in the middle of the coldest part of this, and those men at Valley Forge suffered greatly with the intense cold. And so we see that over a 10 or 12 year period of really, really cold weather. But the entire Little Ice Age extended to 300, 400 years. So actually, this is just a blessed increase in temperature coming out of, the death-dealing cold of the Little Ice Age.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long they're going to keep trying this. You hear less and less. Honestly, you hear less and less about climate change and global warming on the news because they know that it was a hoax.
Well, right now that you're hearing less because you have a different administration, but I guarantee you, we put a Democratic administration back in, you're going to hear about it all the time.
Oh, boy.
Because even what's his name, the original denier,
Al Gore.
Al Gore. He says it's global freezing now. It's climate freezing now.
Oh dear Lord. Well, the thing to understand too is I don't deny that climate's changing. It is. And the only surprise would be if it wasn't. And it is warming. And we should but the thing, my latest book is a very convenient warming. How modest warming and more CO2 are benefiting humanity. And it's not even close. The benefits of warming and combined with more CO2 are just tremendous positives for the increasing and benefiting the human condition. And the greatest way to point people, what do you mean warming is bad for agriculture, isn't it? No, it's really good for agriculture because what we've seen in the contiguous United States is that we've seen growing season has lengthened by nearly 2 weeks since 1900. That's hugely beneficial for agriculture and agricultural productivity. And I mean, what do you fear the most if you have an apple orchard? It's that late spring killing frost, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Because of a longer growing season, what does that mean? It means killing frosts end earlier in the spring and arrive later in the fall. We will still get late spring killing frost, but they're greatly reduced in number. That's huge. I mean, that ruins an apple orchard or pear orchard or any of the fruit orchards. That ruins your year if you get that. And we see the same thing here in Florida with orange. If we have an unusually cold winter, and because of warming especially, it's mainly the nighttime coldest temperatures that have increased the most, which is really good, which you will appreciate where you live.
Oh, yeah.
But again, I'm sitting here in Florida talking to you from my patio, our covered lanai. And it's nice and warm here. It'll be 92 degrees today, and we love it. But again, we look historically. Warming temperatures, the warm temperatures in the past warm periods were hugely beneficial. Great empires arose. Civilizations grew up during these warm periods. Food was bountiful. And it was just opposite of what they're telling you. It was the cold periods that were horrific. It was accompanied by crop failure, famine, pestilence, and mass depopulation.
Talking to Greg,
what I tell you is welcome the warmth and fear the cold.
Gregory Wrightstone, geologist and senior fellow at the CO2 Coalition. You're also the author of A Very Convenient Warming, How Modest Warming and More CO2 Are Benefiting Humanity. And that's my point to you, Gregory. We've said this before. If not for the warming trend, humans probably wouldn't even be here.
Yeah, well, we would, but we certainly wouldn't be anywhere where we are today. Again, we've what I just said. The past cold periods were really, really bad. It's a little bit better today than it was in the past because when we have reductions in food productivity, we'll be able to move food around from warmer areas to cold areas. And so we'll be able to survive better because of modern technology. But it's still going to be really, really bad.
All right, so I have a question about longer periods for the crops. If we stayed at daylight savings time, you think that would help a longer crop season too? Why are you laughing at me?
It's an interesting question, but the answer is no. Sorry.
That's all right. I just want to keep daylight savings time all the time.
I wasn't laughing at you, Vic. I was laughing at a remark AOC made. We need to keep daylight savings time because it'll just make the earth cooler. It was just so.
Oh my goodness!
It was so funny.
I didn't hear her say that.
It was funny.
So I want to prepare you, Gregory, because when your phone went to the Bluetooth and your wife was in the car, when she gets home, she's going to, who was that other man with the lovely voice you were talking to, Gregory?
Yeah.
That was me.
You got a face made for radio.
Hey.
Exactly.
None of that stuff.
Wait, did I say that?
You did. Enough of that crap.
Oh.
All right, Gregory
All right.
Wrightstone from the CO2 Coalition, A Very Convenient Warming, How Modest Warming and More CO2 is Benefiting Humanity. Gregory, I got to tell you, we always look forward to talking to you. Thank you so much, and let's talk again soon, okay?
Righto, let's do it.
All right.
Take care.
He's going to be so mad.
It's so funny.
When his wife gets home.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because when the phone went out, I was like, Gregory, are you still there? And she went, oh, whose lovely voice is that? Getting all hot and bothered here.
I can imagine her just she starts the car and she's like, oh, what's going on here? Is he on the radio on this station?
Right. I got to listen to him in the car at
Come on
home.
now.
What's going on? I want my Chardonnay. Is that what he said, Chardonnay?
Something like that.
I think it was Chardonnay.
Oh, yeah, it was, yeah.
All right, the communications director for U.S. Representative Nate Lucas is going to join us next.
U.S. Representative Eric Burlison.
What did I say?
You said...
Did I call him the representative?
Yes.
Sorry. Representative Eric Burlison. Nate Lucas is the communications director, and that's who we're going to talk to when we get back. And the deli's all about Casey at the bat. I'm really looking forward to that.
Nice.
Whoosh.
License number GL250000615.
Hey, Dad, what causes drains to clog?
Grease, hair, soap scum, and tree roots.
Tree roots?
This town has old pipes and big trees. They find each other.
They grow inside pipes?
They bust into pipes.
Whoa.
Once they're in, the water stops flowing.
Can we fix it?
The big green grasser machine can fix any clog.
Green is always grasser at grasserhomeservices.com.
When you're approaching retirement, there are a lot of questions to answer. Do you have enough money to fund your income for life? How should you claim Social Security? And what's your plan for health care and long-term care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 9 on NewstalkSTL 1019. Don't leave your retirement to chance. It's crucial to understand and address relevant risks before you retire. Our team can help you get organized, guide you through critical retirement decisions, and create an investment portfolio designed around your needs. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com. Or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Tired of settling for generic fishing gear? Say hello to Bullseye Bait and Tackle, O'Fallon's one-stop shop for serious anglers. Live bait, premium tackle, rods, reels, and an unbeatable selection of lures from top brands like Megabass, Zoom, and Berkley. Whether you're after bass, catfish, crappie, or bluegill, they've got the gear to help you land the big one. Plus, their expert team, led by Mark and Liz, provides rod and reel repair services. Bullseye Bait and Tackle, 266 Fort Zumwalt Square, or at bullseyebaitantackle.net.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. A former executive with the Southern Poverty Law Center has been arrested. Attorney General Todd Blanche says former SPLC CFO Heidi Byrick faces bank fraud and a conspiracy charge.
I think as alleged in the indictment, this individual participated in the scheme as alleged. I believe she was part of the effort to open bank accounts in completely fictitious companies' names and make payments that to individuals for reasons that were not that they were not accurate as described.
Byrick allegedly oversaw fraudulent donor payments to informants inside hate groups, including one with whom she allegedly had a romantic relationship and held a joint bank account with. Congo's Ebola outbreak goes from bad to worse, spreading to a sixth province where one death has been reported so far. How much is an NBA franchise worth these days? In the case of the LA Lakers, a bundle.
The Los Angeles Lakers are being sold to businessmen Josh Kushner and Bob Iger for $12.5 billion, the second time in just over a year. The sale, first reported by ESPN, still needs approval from the NBA's Board of Governors, and that process can take several weeks. The Lakers were valued at $10 billion last year when Mark Walter purchased a controlling stake from the Buss family. Kushner and Iger had also been involved in trying to get an expansion team for Las Vegas, but by buying the Lakers, the two do not have to wait for that decision. If it happens, expansion could take place in the 2028-29 season. I'm Marcela Sanchez.
Wholesale inflation cooled last month as falling gas prices reversed some of the recent price spikes. On Wall Street this hour, the Dow trading 92 points higher. The Nasdaq is up 241. The S&P better by 56 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
This hour of Newstalk STL brought to you by Window World of St. Louis. For replacement windows, doors, and siding, call 800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 800-GET-WINDOWS. From the Newstalk STL Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Chance Scotch with your first alert forecast. We're tracking highs towards mid-90s, but feels like temperature could be up to 107 degrees in downtown St. Louis. We're going to be seeing a few chances of some isolated showers and storms, some of which could have some stronger winds. Then into Friday, a few isolated chances of showers and storms drying up by the second half of the day. 98 degrees Friday. This weekend, we continue our first alert weather day coverage, so lasting through Sunday as it feels like temperatures all continue to climb back towards the triple-digit threshold. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chance Scotch.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, we're ready for hour number 2, ready to roll, courtesy of Ken Williams. Coming up at 10:25, Porcelli's Deli, we're going to read you the full poem of Casey at the Bat.
Awesome.
Inspired by a little interaction I had with a kid at Quick Trip who was with his father, and the kid's name was Flynn. Flynn was on the back of his jersey.
Okay.
And I asked him a question because the name Flynn comes up in the poem. They had no idea what I was talking about. Not him, not the father, not anybody.
Yeah.
The hell's going on in this country? Let's go.
Let's talk to Nate Lucas.
This is a man's world.
The communications director for U.S. Representative Eric Burlison.
How much has changed in this free country since 9/11? Now, I'm getting ready to go get touched by a TSA agent. It's the most action I've gotten in years.
Good morning, Nate Lucas. How are you, pal?
Good morning, Vic. Ken's back from his excursion. The gang's all back together.
No, I'm glad to be back, though, man. I got a chance to unwind and ready to go.
We put the band back together. All right. So the representative, I love this, by the way, H.R. 722, the Life at Conception Act. And Nate, I got to tell you, Ken and I, when we both saw that video of the governor of Massachusetts signing a law where you can have an abortion at 39 weeks, it made me nauseous.
Me too. And they're like smiling and
clapping,
laughing. And it's just so grotesque to me that we've gotten to a place in this country where somehow that is like normalized, or they consider that winning. Abortion is just so sad to begin with. And I know some cases are completely unavoidable. My sister had, I don't even know if I should say this, but she had a late term miscarriage, and that procedure was just absolutely horrific. And to think that this is being pushed on young women is just so strange. And then to think that there are people celebrating, Massachusetts' law was something like up to 24 weeks, which is already pretty late, and now up until birth. And I just will never quite understand how someone could smile and cheer. That it gives me, like, I don't know. It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up to think that somebody would think that that's permissible or winning in a political sphere. So, yeah, the Life at Conception Act is a bill that my boss sponsors, and it has, I think, over 116 co-sponsors to it. And unfortunately, at the minimum, Republicans right now need to go back to the drawing board and figure out the funding for Planned Parenthood, because while it was defunded in the One Big Beautiful Bill, it was only a 1-year provision. And so it would be good if a Republican-led Congress could codify that for eternity and defund Planned Parenthood for good. But a lot of the abortions now are all through this mifepristone, which people can get via mail. We got to do something about it. Abortion in this country it shouldn't be normalized the way it is.
And it's being glorified. It's not being given. The truth's not getting out there. Nate, I just saw a video they posted of a 34-week-old child that was premature but alive. It was living. It was out of the womb. And I don't pay attention to weeks of babies being born. I just, I never did. I just thought, okay, life's a life, and whatever, conception, it's a life. But they could actually do away with that baby if it was still just in the womb, just inside the womb. They could have gotten rid of that live baby in Massachusetts. And that's what's so disgusting. They might as well just put that baby on the desk and said, here we go. We can pass this act and then chop the baby up. I mean, I sound disgusting, but it is disgusting.
It's the truth.
It is so disgusting. And I've come across similar videos where they're showcasing the size of the baby, and I don't know if it's real, like a real video or a simulation, but the fact of, a baby at that stage, and I'm with you too. Like, I don't track, how large a baby is at a certain point in the pregnancy, but oh my goodness, how could someone justify that and then not be, consider that to be murder? Like, yeah. I truly don't understand that at all.
There are so many people in this country trying so hard to have a baby, couples trying to have a baby, and they see this, like what we're trying to do here to make a life, they're taking a life away. It's just so discouraging.
Great point.
It's bad.
And I think there are just so many alternatives that people can seek, as opposed to having an abortion. And those options, I think, should be exhausted and mandatory before anything like that is considered. And Massachusetts is just so off base with this. It's clear that the federal government's going to have to do something, because there are certain people in blue states that are on a warpath to allow this sort of thing. And really, this is, in my opinion, what led to the overturn of Roe v. Wade was the late-term abortions that we were seeing in blue cities across the nation. And I don't know. There's got to be accountability.
What you and Vic just said, though, I mean, it helps to solve the problem. If you made it required, okay, before you can have an abortion, at least try and find another source. Give the baby up. You pay them for it. Okay, whatever. Have the baby. They'll pay for your whatever, and then they'll have the baby. I mean, it sounds so simple, but wow.
Well, I think you guys are aware of him, St. Louis and Owen Schroyer.
Yeah, we've had him on the show. He's
yeah,
your buddy, yeah.
He's my buddy. He before he was just like a in-studio host, a lot of what his work was going to rallies or whatever and kind of doing the man on the street thing. And there's always one video that always stands out to me, and it's when he would go to these pro-abortion rallies and the people that he would interview that are bragging about how many abortions they've had, and it's almost like they've made it a game. It's just so satanic. I'm not quite sure how people reach that stage in life, but holy smokes, they need to seek some redemption to some degree, and it's a very unhealthy thing to even think about. I don't know. If you can go back and pull up some of those videos, I'm telling you, they are hard to watch, and to see where these people are at is unfathomable.
I am all for a woman's right to choose adoption.
Yeah.
Just that easy.
Yeah.
All right. So we thought this might rev you up a little bit, Nate. It's Hassan Piker and his thoughts on the American Constitution.
It's unconstitutional. Man, you can and me from the back, okay? I the Constitution. I wipe my ass with the Constitution. It's a piece of paper, dude. Shut the up. Mother the Constitution and mother this country, okay? You stupid bitch.
Why are you here?
Right.
Exactly. I mean, I think we could start a GoFundMe to buy his plane ticket to a desert. I mean, far, far away from where you have protected individual rights.
Yeah.
It's never beneath these people to just crap all over the country where they can actually say something like that without a whole lot of repercussion, and yet they benefit from every single independence and freedom, individual freedom that they are given under the Constitution. So which one is it? Do you actually like the Constitution because you can say such a disgusting thing like that and you can live out your freedoms in America? Or do you hate it so much, then give them up and go and leave. Pack your bags and get the hell out of the country, because we don't need people like you. And unfortunately, so many of the people I think that come over, illegal aliens that come over to this country, they don't assimilate, they don't respect our Constitution, they don't respect our American way of life, and that's why we need to re-up mass deportations and get people out of this country so that we can have a sovereign nation once again. And right now, we just don't have it. And if we are flooding our country with people who actively hate the United States of America and then piss on the Constitution, dude, literally get the hell out.
Nate, he is best friends with Mamdani and Al-Sayed. And they'll say, oh, no, they separate. No, they will not even admit that they've separated ways with him. They are good friends. I've seen videos of them just hanging out, joking around, drinking coffee together. Can I play one more clip of him?
Yeah, you're the guy, you're the boss.
Because yesterday I warned everybody. I said, well, I'm going to play some clips for Nate of this guy, this POS. And listen to what he says about black people.
I don't give a what black people care about. Oh, black people care about this, black people care about that. Like, shut the up. That's not how politics works. Oh, well, Hassan, how dare you? Like it or not, black people care about this issue. It's like, it's such a stupid stance. Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this chat? Suck my
Wow.
Yes, dude. It's because I'm
He's
racist.
so bad.
That's why. It's because I'm racist, dude. Go back to a better time when lynchings were happening.
Wow.
This is what I like as a black man. Are you always doing too much with black people? Leave them alone. I want to go back to lynching. Like, I get it, but relax. Man, shut the up, okay? You got me, okay? You got me, because I'm a racist person.
He is.
He's a mentally unstable person, and sadly, I think he's probably saying a lot of that to generate clicks. Again, it's hard to fathom that somebody would actually hold those views, but that's your progressive left. That's what your pink-haired liberal in a coffee shop and feminazi are listening to. And, they're the ones that are preaching to us about everything wrong with conservative views. And it's like, well, look at what you subscribe to. I mean, time to hit dump on that guy and really flush all of that nonsense down the drain. It's time to move on from these people. And I've been saying this too, because I know in the news there's a lot about these socialists that are running for elected office across the United States of America. I think it's time that we prove as conservatives that our policies work. And that is going to take the backbone of a Republican-led Congress that is now almost 2 years into this ordeal. And they're not proving to the American people that their policies work because we're not doing enough conservative policies. So it's creating a vacuum effect where people are pissed off. They hate the government. And so young people are turning to something that we know historically does not work. You don't even have to go back that far in America when Jimmy Carter tried to institute gas caps. And what did you get? You got gas lines. So in every walk of life that socialism has been tried, it's failed. It has failed. But it's giving a voice to young people who feel like their government doesn't work for them and nothing in this country, they're getting taxed out the ass and they're getting nothing in return for it. And I'm saying that that's because conservatives run on one thing, get into office, and then don't enact those conservative policies. So if they would start doing that and proving that conservative policies actually win and benefit the American people, they might actually have a chance against these crazy people. But instead, they're just lollygagging around and not getting enough done. Therefore, we are where we're at with the current election cycle.
Well, Nate, it's hard to move on when the mainstream media won't.
Yeah.
In terms of
socialists?
They're not.
Yeah. Well,
they're not bringing it to light.
They're bringing it to light, but not in a negative way.
No, but it's true.
And anytime you talk about socialism, no matter what show you're on, you should say it's not a good thing. Read a history book.
And how about the folks, the way that they cover a guy like El Said or whatever, and they start by saying in the primary, they'll say what he actually is, but then when he wins his primary, they soften the language because that's how desperate they are to elect, people on the left. They will literally, take pitchforks to somebody and then they'll soften it and say, well, he's not that bad. And so, our media is just a joke. And unfortunately, too many people still get their information from mainstream media, and it's just so misleading. And especially the networks like NBC, ABC, CBS, they don't hide their disgust and disdain for Republicans and conservatives in this country, and yet they are still given a huge platform. And, Donald Trump, I think multiple times has threatened to take away their license. And I think that it's time that conservatives act on that. I mean, why on God's green earth would we continue to fund things, particularly taxpayer-funded measures like NPR and PBS, when all they do is push BS rhetoric about Republicans and conservatives, and then they actively promote socialists across the country? Something's backwards about that. But another example where Republicans could have an opportunity to do something that they have the actual power to do, and they won't do it because, they like to sit on their hands and play defense. And playing prevent defense is a pathetic way to govern.
So
yeah, go ahead, Vic. No, go ahead.
So Sunday on Meet the Press, Kristen Welker flat out asked El Sayed if he is going to campaign with Hassan Piker. And Hassan Piker skirted around it, and he didn't really say. Then she asked him again, and he still wouldn't answer it. And that's where she left it. I thought she should have went a third round.
Yeah, and just get the answer out. Get the answer.
And maybe use some negative terms about Hassan Piker when you're asking El Sayed if you're going to campaign with him.
And traditionally now, here's what the Democrats are doing now, Nate. The Democrat Party's gone. Okay, it is just gone, and it's being replaced. But when you ask people like AOC about it, she will completely deflect. You can ask them about open borders, about taking over the government, taking over corporations, getting rid of the presidency, getting rid of the Senate, and she will say, Trump. That's all she says.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, I would say this. Okay, so we saw what happened with the Wisconsin race for Wisconsin governor. She wanted to cancel Thanksgiving and all this. And, Wisconsin, if you're in Madison, Wisconsin, the capital, you're going to hear more people that are like, oh, this lady Wong is just the greatest thing since sliced bread. But then what happens? She fails when you go across the state and you get into a more rural district that might even lean blue, but they're not going to go for that crazy, that crazy kind of rhetoric. I can't say that's true about, all of the blue states, but in some regard, I hope that he does go campaign with Hassan Piker. I hope that they go out there and they prove how radical they are. And frankly, I hope that people who go to these rallies and think that they're going to support them because they hate Donald Trump or something, they actually pay attention to what they are advocating for. Because I don't think at this stage they are lying about what they intend to do if they were to ever get power. And some of those things are quite concerning and would radically change the United States of America. And once you go down that rabbit hole, it's going to take decades, if not forever, to get out of that repeated cycle. And you just can't let that happen. So I'm hopeful that the majority of the left, or the common sense people on the left, hopefully there's still a section out there. And I think that Wisconsin proved that there is, and that these idiots like El Said or Wong or whoever that continue to run, the longer that they open their mouth, the more that people realize that they should be taken seriously and that they can't vote that way.
Well, I don't think that they're going to campaign with them. I think that's the whole point. Is they are still friends behind the scenes. They're still the Islamic friends of Hassan Piker, who hates this country.
And that should be called out across the board, and they should be continuously be asked about their relationships with these people, and it should be exposed. And then, it's, at some point, though, it's up to the individual voter to come to the conclusion that these people are nut jobs, and what they're promising is legitimately impossible. I mean, if their whole end game is to just tax the rich into oblivion, well, guess what? There's only so many rich people in the world, and there's like 350 million people in the United States of America. So there's not going to be enough rich people to pay for all of your free goods, and they're not going to solve the riddle of affordability through more government spending. So this country needs to get serious about reining in spending, and that is truly that, and lowering income taxes, or maybe eliminating income taxes, are the only true ways in which Americans who work can keep more of their take-home pay. And right now, it's not working because the government is just printing money, mostly to pay interest on the money that we've already borrowed, which is already over like $1.2 trillion. So it's pathetic, and this institution in Washington, D.C. doesn't seem to see the alarm bells going off right in front of them.
All right, final thing I'm going to say, Nate, is we've said on this show many times, not every Muslim is an Islamist, but every Islamist is a Muslim. And we know how they feel and know what they like and what they don't like. So if somebody like Hassan Piker commits a crime where he gets the death penalty, I think we should just feed him to a pack of hungry dogs.
There you go.
Nate.
Let him eat.
Say hi to the representative. Let him eat. Nate, thanks, man. We'll chat next week. Say hi to the representative for us.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.
See you, brother.
Science.
I'm science.
I wish they used this more with him in a comedic sense with Fauci, I represent science. And
maybe we should come up with that.
That crazy scientist. Science!
Okay.
Miss Yakamoto, you're beautiful. I don't know if that has to do with anything, but that's in there. All right, Porcelli's Deli next. Casey at the bat on 101.9 and 94.1. News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at NewstalkSTL.
But they're really criticizing science because I represent science. When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Science!
Hey,
Hey, JD Allman here, looking for the ultimate escape? Well, welcome to Santino's, where luxury meets authenticity in a stunning 6,000 square foot destination. Browse hundreds of premium cigars in the walk-in humidor. Explore more than 700 bottles of whiskey. Whether it's their non-smoking wine room, gaming lounge with custom poker tables, it's Santino's just off Highway 55 at the Imperial exit. See them at Santino'sCigarCocktails.com. That's Santino'sCigarCocktails.com.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse from Reach Reproductive Health, and I need you to mark your calendar because on October 22nd, it's going to be a big night in St. Louis. It's going to be our second annual Reach Gala, and it's happening at the factory. Incredible live music, powerful speakers, a night to celebrate life, and to support the Reach mission. Stay tuned to find out who's taking the stage. I promise you won't want to miss it. Registration is open right now at outreachforlife.org/gala.
It's not pleasant to hear it, but Missouri is falling behind in its spending of state tax dollars, education, and health care. But there are ways to get Missouri moving forward again and produce a better life for all of us. That's why we at the Show Me Institute put together a 2026 Missouri Blueprint, a roadmap on how the state can move to a brighter future. The blueprint covers policy ideas from taxes to government transparency, from education to healthcare and budget reform. Let's allow students to attend the school of their choice. Let's adopt new proven methods to help the many school kids who can barely read. Let's limit state spending growth for Missouri's long-term financial stability. And let's invest in future needs with more nuclear energy. Why not common sense reforms to make things better for all Missourians? Check out our 2026 Missouri Blueprint, moving Missouri forward at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
News Talk STL. News Talk STL. Welcome to Porcelli's Deli.
Yes, very good. I'll have a Bloody Mary and a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich, please.
Gabagool. Over here.
Ketchup. Where's the ketchup at? I bet the Chinese food here is terrible.
With Vic Porcelli.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Porcelli's Deli is moved to 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Come on in. We're open. Have a seat. Vic will tell you a story.
Hi there. Come on in. It's okay to wear your baseball cap in the deli. So, you know I love baseball, right?
Yeah.
Love the baseball more than I do now. I'm not happy with the changes, and now I'm old, so I get to be grumpy, and I don't like what all the changes have happened to baseball. So back when baseball was really baseball, it was all people talked about. It was the national pastime. If you talked about baseball, anybody on the street could talk to you about baseball.
Yes.
And so there is a author, poet. This is like baseball literature, okay? This is highbrow stuff here. Ernest Lawrence Thayer was a author and poet, and he was born August 14th, tomorrow's date, in 1863. And he wrote this poem called Casey at the Bat. Casey at the Bat was written and released in, you ready for this? 1888. Baseball was that big back in 1888. And so the reason I'm doing this is because it's Ernest Thayer's birthday tomorrow. But the real influence for me was I was in Quick Trip not too long ago. Got sodas in my arms. And there's a kid in front of me in a baseball uniform, just coming back from his Little League game, whatever game he was in. He looked like he was about 14, so maybe 14 and under or whatever. And the kid had his baseball uniform, and his name was on the back. And the name was Flynn, Flynn, Flynn. So I can't keep my mouth shut, as everybody knows. So I said, hey, were you a hugging third? He was like, what? Were you a hugging third? And he looks at his father. His father looks at me. I'm like, Casey at the Bat, most famous baseball poem of all time? He had no idea. He had never heard of Casey at the Bat. The son obviously never did because he didn't teach him about the poem. Ken,
yeah,
it's the most important poem in baseball history. Tinker to Evers to Chance was a good one, too. That was after the turn of the century, like 1903, when, by the way, the Cubs were in the World Series all the time. The Cubs are really good. And they had a shortstop, second base, first baseman, double play combination, Tinker to Evers to Chance. And they weren't even that good. That's the thing. It was a great poem, but it wasn't really that good. So, a fictional story, written in poetry, everything rhymes, written by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. And Ken, if you don't mind, I would like to read Casey at the Bat in its entirety.
Yes.
And I'm going to try to do it as dramatically as I can.
All right.
I'm no James Earl Jones, but I'm pretty good. Right?
Yes.
God, what's a guy got to do here? I'm kidding. So here we go, Casey at the Bat. It looked extremely rocky for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-6 with just an inning left to play. And so when Cooney died at first and Burroughs did the same, a parlor wreathed the features of the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go, leaving the rest. And with that hope that springs eternal within the human breast. For they thought if only Casey could get a whack at that, they'd put up even money with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, and so likewise did Blake. But the former was a pudding, and the latter was a fake. So on that stricken multitude a death-like silence sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and the much-despised Blake tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and they saw what had occurred, there was Blake safe on second and Flynn a hugging third.
There you go.
Then from the gladdened multitude went up a joyous yell. It bounded from the mountaintop and rattled in the dell. It struck upon the hillside and rebounded on the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then, while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance glanced in Casey's eye. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covering came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching in the haughty grandeur there. Closed by a sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded speed. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches, black with people, there went a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone in the stand. And it's likely they'd have killed him had Casey not raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, strike two. Fraud! Cried the maddened thousands, and the echoed answered, fraud! And the scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. By then his face grew stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let the ball go by again. I guess you got to say gain.
Right.
The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clinched with hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. The mighty Casey has struck out. How great is that?
It's awesome.
And I just want to say them very, very quickly. You know how much I love Chuck Berry, right? And Chuck Berry's music. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues were applauded. I think Chuck might have borrowed that for Sweet Little Rock and Roller, because he says 10,000 eyes and 5,000 tongues in Sweet Little Rock and Roller.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's the poem by Ernest Lawrence Thayer.
What a message, too. I believe there's so many messages in that little poem.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. First of all, people not only love baseball, they love their team, right? Kill the umpire, kill him. You
right.
know?
Oh, that expressed it right there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And so I left the Quick Trip that day after he got his soda, and he started walking away with his dad, and I said, hey, Casey at the bat, looking up, you're in it, okay? Your name's Flynn. Your name's in the poem. How many people in America have a name that's in the poem?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you'll see yourself, Casey, a hugging third.
Or Flynn hugging third.
What did I say?
Casey.
Yeah, sorry. Flynn, a hugging third. Oh, thank God you're here. I don't know. My kids know Casey at the bat. You know?
Well, I mean, it's just different families. You know, my dad, I learned it at school. But my dad also referred to it a couple times.
Yeah. Do you remember the Disney cartoon in 1946? Read by Jerry Colonna?
Actually, I think I do, yeah.
Hello, Jetty! Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, as a kid.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And Casey's huge.
Yeah.
Big chest. And when he swings, there's all dust and clouds of dust, and you can't see anything. And then when the dust clears, you see that Casey struck out.
And the messages are just, there's so many in there about ego, about trying hard and not taking things for granted. You're yeah. Hot dogging it, as they used to say.
Which I hate. You know I hate.
And he hot dogged the heck out of that one.
Yeah, I sure did. And Casey struck out. And there's a town in Massachusetts that's not actually called Mudville, but there was a team called the Boston Bean Eaters back then, and they claimed that it was about them. But it didn't fit in the rhyme, so that's why Mudville. So they're like Little Mudville, and they have like a Mudville festival every year and stuff. So anyway, that's all I got. There is no joy in Mudville because the mighty Casey has struck out.
Hi, I'm Buddy. What can I get you?
Let's see, steak. Oh, yeah, the Douglas Sirk steaks. Have that.
How do you want that cooked? Burnt to a crisp or bloody as hell?
Bloody as hell, and oh yeah, look at this, vanilla Coke.
What about you, Peggy Sue?
I'll have the Durward Kirby burger, bloody, and $5 shake.
How do you want that shake? Martin and Lewis or Amos and Andy?
Martin and Lewis.
The Vic Porcelli Show. Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. Conservative talk for St. Louis.
It's your patriotic rights and duty. The government needs to step up and do its job.
This is News Talk STL.
It's well-balanced conversation.
News, analysis, opinion.
When insurance companies know you're represented by Under Law, they know Under is not going to let you be pushed around. Their reputation is built on years of courtroom battles. If you suffer an injury or damage to your property, serve the insurance company notice you have Under Law on your side. A St. Louis firm you can trust to protect you at every term. Don't settle for less. You want to win? Believe me, Under wins. Under, O-N-D-R, underlaw.com.
There's an old way to buy a mattress, and there's a snooze way. Remember dial-up internet? You'd click on a picture, go make a sandwich, come back, and maybe it had loaded. It worked, but nobody wants to go back. Well, buying a mattress has evolved too. At Snooze Mattress Company, we use advanced pressure mapping technology to understand exactly what your body needs instead of simply asking you to guess after laying on a mattress for a few minutes. When you sleep better, everything gets better.
1949, the last time a Republican held the top post in St. Louis City. A gallon of milk was 84 cents and streetcars ran down Grand Avenue. Unfortunately, St. Louis City streets are no longer the epicenter of family and business life. In the 80 years of Democrat control, our city has been on a steady decline.
Hello, Kirk Ilsinger, chairman of the Republican Party for the city of St. Louis, and we believe it is our duty to provide a different path forward. I invite you to our meetings the first Thursday of every month. Learn more at stl-gop.com.
Paid for by St. Louis City Republican PAC. Curtis Farber, Treasurer. JC's Wayback Machine.
He's played the president, the president's chief of staff, and a couple of his sons have been in lots of movies and TV shows. Martin Sheen is this week's A-List Interview of the Week. Plus, you'll hear Tom Petty's demo for Into the Great Wide Open and some acoustic stuff from Jeff Lynne. All brought to you by the Weber Automotive Group.
It's JC's Wayback Machine. Every Saturday night, 6 to 9 on NewstalkSTL.
Fox News Commentary with Emily Campagno, next.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Here's Emily Campagno on President Trump switching planes for security reasons in Turkey and the press not being informed.
It's a need-to-know thing. So George Bush in the middle of the night was secreted to see the troops. Other agents weren't told. So they were there at his ranch in Waco, and he said, we just thought he was sleeping. Because you don't take it personally. That's part of the job. You need to know whoever does and whoever doesn't. That's why. Even the families don't know. That's why they all sign NDAs. It's so laughable to me that members of the media think that they have some type of expectation of knowing this when since 1979, 1 in 6 American combat deaths have been at the hands of Iran. We've prosecuted how many attempted assassination plots in this country, including against DJT. The numbers speak for itself. So no, it did not just start happening because of the never-ending war in Iran right now under this president. And also, there is no way that they're going to tell them.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
Made in St. Louis, for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
All right, time for the chat box. Doing it early again today for the people that just aren't around at this time. For the chat box, or at 11:40 to do the chat box.
Just to give other people an awareness of it.
Exactly right. Get hooked. Get addicted.
Right.
Get connected.
Give them a taste.
Get a taste.
And they come back for more.
Let me wet my beak. All right, here we go. M. Goltz is first. He says, good morning, Patriots. Ed is Deuce, and PMS is Tide. Good morning, Patriots. Thank you. This early chat box has not been approved or endorsed by the union. Let her rip, Ed.
Whoosh.
Good morning, Vic and Ken from Montana.
All right.
Hopkins is getting around, man. He's in Montana listening because if you have a phone, you got a radio.
There you go.
Go ahead, make fun of me.
Well, you know, when you first get the app, when you go to get the app, it's 2 pushes. But if you have the app, it's only 1 push.
There's nothing.
And you're going.
There's nothing inaccurate about that. I don't know why you laugh at me.
It's just the way you say it.
Okay. All you right to work people, see what happens? Just kidding. We all have a right to work. I pledge
exponentially.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. No fair elections.
No peace.
No fair tariffs.
No peace.
No fair chat box.
No peace.
Good. Here's Duke. Good morning, all freedom-fighting patriot. Excuse me. Vic Heads. Whoosh, my brothers and sisters.
Whoosh.
Did he burp like that or?
No. Okay. President. Gonna miss you, Caroline, Donald, John, Grover, Cleveland, Trump. We're gonna miss Caroline Levitt.
Yeah.
Good morning, all you beautiful, mega, MAGA, ultra-patriotic, deplorable, garbaging, degenerate, freedom-fighting, God-fearing, Vic-head weirdos. Whoosh.
Whoosh.
That whoosh thing.
Hey.
Hey.
It's good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Hey, Karen, how you doing? Ed says, Duke. Just kidding. I don't know what he's kidding about. No Gravity Day. I went to the bathroom at that time and thought, what if all this started floating for 7 seconds? Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Hey, we had fun with our no gravity.
What a
day.
visual, though.
Yeah,
that,
oh my God.
That would have been interesting.
Don Mo Muller says Vic Porcelli for press secretary.
Oh, that'd be good.
Could you imagine?
Hey,
Yeah,
sit
exactly.
down.
Sit down,
No,
shut up.
I don't want you. No, I don't want your question. No.
Communists and Islamists are hiding behind socialism. Sheeple on the left, wake up. Muslims are okay, if not Islamists.
Yeah, but it's really such a gray area. I don't know. I didn't grow up. I lived with Muslims, okay? And they were, I don't know if they were non-practicing. I have no idea. The girl actually had a Star of David on her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, it was very confusing for me back then. This was like 25 years ago. And it's something I believe that if you're following Sharia, that's the key. If you are following Sharia and the Quran to the letter, then you're incompatible with this country. You are. It's not even a question about it.
Yep. I'd rather the commies out themselves by saying the quiet parts out loud. They're not even hiding it anymore because they feel like they have the Democratic Party now.
And they do.
Keep up the good work. And I think, really extreme radicals like Hassan Piker, if he is ever convicted of a crime that's a death penalty, feed him to the hungry dogs. What could be more insulting to an Islamist than being fed to the hungry dogs?
Exactly right.
That they hate.
Yeah.
I know a Muslim, and they aren't wanting to kill us. Not all Muslims are Islamists, but all Islamists
Exactly
hide
right.
behind Muslims. The more kids are stuck in education all the way up to college, the more we have brainwashed into communism. Did you hear the University of Michigan is not doing grades anymore? You either pass or no grade or something like that, but there's no fail. Nobody can fail, specifically because their feelings would be hurt.
That's craziness, and all that is more equity. I just saw a thing on social media about a teacher who was fired recently. This might have been in 2018, actually, but it was posted recently that she was fired because she would not give 50% to the students that didn't even give an assignment.
Oh, man.
There was no assignment at all, but she was told, well, give them at least 50%. And she's like, I can't. I have to give them a 0. They didn't give me anything.
That's a whole generation of idiots going out and working in the world.
Exactly right, Vic.
The fact that some of my youngest daughter's friends think the United States invented slavery because that's what was either taught or insinuated by the teacher should cause all of us to take great pause. We didn't invent slavery.
In fact, I know I'm going back to it, Islam did.
Yep.
Actually, Islam...
Isn't that funny?
Islam has used and still does slavery more than any other entity in the whole world, in the history of the world.
Yep. Saw some stupid left turds spinning that Caroline left over a spat with Trump. They tried to say they saw him arguing through the window of Marine One. Give me a break.
It's bull.
She said she's going to be with her family, and the president even said, thank you so much, you're the best. Good luck with your family.
And you know he would not. He'd be like, okay, bye.
All right. There have been many expensive and worthless diplomas awarded by U.S. colleges, many students ruined as well. Allison sent us a little heart. That was sweet. Thank you, Allison.
Thanks, Allison.
Ed says,
hey, how you doing?
Ken runs the board. Vic tries not to get bored. Do I look bored?
No.
I give thanks for AC every summer and the heater in the winter. Yeah, no kidding. Hassan Piglet, the tough guy, likes to run his mouth. Boy, I'd love to be in the same room or rally or something and call him Hassan Piglet.
Yeah, you'll never see Hassan Piker say things that inflammatory in front of the people he's referring to.
While I'm eating a pulled pork sandwich with my dog, with Sally with me. Yep. Trump needs to appoint Karine Jean-Pierre for press secretary to torture the press. They wouldn't dare criticize her. Boy, that's funny. 1288. That's a new name to me, Ken.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, 1288? Heiny Miney.
Yeah.
Used to be over 8 baseball fields, and it was packed with cars nonstop in the 90s. Now it's one baseball field, one softball field, and a soccer field.
Is it really?
And it's almost never packed.
I didn't know that. That's kind of...
That sucks.
Yeah, I actually grew up in the 70s playing there.
Yeah, I know.
Well, actually, wow. I grew up starting in the 60s because I was a 5-year-old playing on a 6-year-old team.
Of course you were. Did you dunk a basketball at 6 years old, too?
No.
Why don't you shut up? Now the only area that sees much activity is the soccer area, and soccer area, and no one is white. I don't know.
Squirrel. Hey,
it's not squirrel.
No, it's my squirrel. It's me. It's me because I have to say I refer to something else.
It's me.
You mentioned Heiny Miney, and I'm going to do a little squirrel moment.
Yeah.
The person who is talking about Heiny Miney, they might know about in those days back then. If there was a paying event like a big game, you could sneak in the back way. You go through the neighborhood around the back, and you could squeeze yourself right through the fence. There was an area, if you were thin enough, and which we all were back then, you could squeeze right through the fence and get in free.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's our replacement. He's just finishing up with that. Such a flood of memories of my grandfather while Vic read Casey at the Bat. Wow, haven't felt this feeling since 1979. The last time I heard him recite this to his grandchildren. It's such a great poem.
It is.
Okay. Candace loves the George Norrie approach. This is Mark 5 talking. Candace Owens, I can only imagine. And George Norrie, of course, he's fine, whatever. Hey, Vic, baby. Don't send the fur. Got to jump in quick. Lots of new names in the chat. Welcome home. Glad to see you all. Thank you, Cinderfer. We love you. Have a blessed day, y'all. Let's get this chat time back to its proper place. Signed, Ed Stoit, business manager. All right.
Dadgummit.
Over to the right to work board. Right to chat. Grant says, whoosh, you bunch of Vic heads.
Whoosh.
Deli day. I'm hungry for a sandwich. He said sandwich.
Sandwich.
And I love your shirt, Ken.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever. That's a good shirt. Gulf of America. I love it. Good morning, Freedom Fighting Vic heads. Oh, we enjoy Karen when she joins the show. Thanks, Barb. Joy, dishwashing liquid, ultra dishwashing liquid.
Hey, how you doing?
Happy Thursday from North Carolina, ladies, gents, and gentle cats. Been in Tennessee, North Carolina since Saturday. First time here, and we've seen 4 black bears. First time black bear sightings for us.
There must be gone through the Smokies.
That's not good. Hope you enjoy the rest of the week. Have a great weekend. We'll arrive back in Troy Sunday and back to reality. This was my first week off in 2 years, and it's amazing. You enjoy it.
Congratulations, Joy. And Joy probably saw a lot of kudzu down there. That's those vines that are on the side of the road that are suffocating the other foliage.
Oh, my God. So people, they get it. She wouldn't be able to do that without the app on the phone.
Because your phone's a radio.
That's right. Good morning, Vic Heads. Great day all, and whoosh.
Whoosh.
Christian Slater. Christopher Slater says, good morning, Field of Dreams game tonight from Dyersville, Phillies and Twins. Budweiser Beechwood Reserve is being sold there, Minnesota and Pennsylvania. It was brewed in St. Louis with special Beechwood Marucci bats, which are available for purchase at the game, and several are to be given to fans.
Now, that's good. Stuff like that I have always liked.
Yeah. Do you remember the first Field of Dreams game? We were on the air together.
Yes.
And when I saw them come out of the cornfield, I was like, oh, my God.
Could you imagine being there?
I couldn't imagine.
No.
I couldn't imagine. And there's no fence. You hit a home run. I guess you hit into the cornfields.
Right.
Home run.
Go get it. Who's going to go get it?
Right. I'm not going in there. Dave Stouffer.
Hey, Dave.
Mr. Right to Work, right to chat. Whoosh all my all-American, ultra-MAGA, freedom-fighting, deplorable Vic Head families, and happy Deli Day.
Whoosh.
Whoosh to you, Dave. Christopher Slater said, remind to wear red Friday. I had it in mind. I wore this AmVets shirt today.
Yeah.
I saw my red
and you let go of it.
I did. I put it down. So no, we'll do that Friday. So
I might have a special red shirt I can wear.
Thank goodness there isn't an outlet that isn't union coerced and manipulated to click things. You guys cracked me up. Rat is in the chat box.
Rat,
he
what's
says,
up?
whoosh, Vic and Ken. That's
Whoosh.
what's up.
Hey, Rat.
He was the best, man. He was so much fun to grow
Well, you
up
act like
with.
he's gone. Rat, you just said he's here, right? He's
Yes,
not dead.
but what I'm saying is
He used to be
the days are gone. Those days are gone. High school days are gone. I don't know. Stop yelling at me. What are you going to say?
They're great memories. I tell my daughters, you're living right now in a time of memories. You're going to be looking back on this time as memories. Everything in your life is.
Exactly right.
Live and be well.
Whoosh, Ken and Vic, good morning, everyone. Comment in the chat section of the app.
Okay.
From David F. says, Lady Ballers, Daily Wire. Can we get a witness? I guess he's making fun of the WNBA.
What? Didn't sound like he was making fun of it. Lady Ballers.
Can we get a... Okay, no, there's a question mark. Lady Ballers, Daily Wire?
I don't know. It sounds
I don't know
like...
either.
Yeah.
But leave them alone. Let them
Hey,
play.
how you doing?
I like them. Yo, Vic, I love Karen. And those hags in the WNBA make it so I do not ever want to watch their games. So, meaning the troublemakers, not Caitlin or Sophie or anybody else.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is that, because of them, they ruin it for him. Or her,
Fauci should be locked up with the mentally ill for the rest of his natural life if we don't execute him first.
A less masculine version of Hillary Clinton.
So there you go.
Shut up.
Excuse me?
Shut your face.
Holy God, what is going on here?
I don't know.
Lots of things going on at this here radio station. Including, if you want one, we're still giving away the 250 shirts, aren't we?
Yes.
The country, oops, I don't see it in here, Ken. I hope we are.
Maybe we are.
Let's talk about something.
Inquire.
Let's talk about the Vic for Vets, because we honor veterans every Wednesday.
And we're looking for the honored veterans. If you have someone that you want to represent, give me the information, and we will put them on the honor roll. Ken at NewstalkSTL.com. Name, rank, branch of service, and if you have a story, that'd be awesome.
And it's all supported by Michael Funeral Home, Alamo Military Collectibles, Heroes Care, Gemini Wealth Group, and Freddie's Market every Wednesday at 11:05 is Vic for Vets. All right, Tony Kinnett from the Daily Signal. Strap in and hold on to something tight, because Tony Kinnett's next.
Whoosh.
Hey, it's Susie Moore for Window World. Did you know that in just over the last 20 years, Window World of St. Louis has improved the look and thermal efficiency for over 80,000 customers in St. Louis? Plus, Window World windows come with a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. And now, Window World is offering 36 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. Call them today at 800-GET-WINDOWS for a free in-home, no-pressure estimate. That's Window World at 800-GET-WINDOWS. They're the preferred window of the St. Louis Blues.
At Body of Health, we're a small but mighty family operation with big ambitions for your health. I'm Helene Tobler, and I'm jazzed about how our MRI-grade body composition analyzer is putting personalized health and wellness on steroids. It helps me and Dr. Tobler, that's my husband, refine the advice we give to help you feel better and live longer. Body of Health, trusted, discerning, affordable health care the way it ought to be. Learn more at bodyofhealth.com. That's bodyofhealth.com.
Hi, this is St. Louis County Councilman Mark Harder reminding you to check out my new show this weekend.
The St. Louis County Insider with Councilman Mark Harder.
That's me. Every Sunday evening at 5, we will explore with you behind-the-scenes stories and information that you won't hear anywhere else. Plus, we talk to decision makers and influencers that have impact on what's going on in St. Louis County and beyond.
The St. Louis County Insider with Councilman Mark Harder.
I'll talk to you Sunday night at 5, only on News Talk STL.
Why has Steph's Pizza become the place to go for St. Louis-style pizza, appetizers, salads, and pastas? One taste and you'll know. Dine-in, pickup, delivery, even DoorDash. Locally owned and operated with legendary pizza and a new location in Lake St. Louis at 111 Palm Fort Trail. In St. Peters, St. Charles, and the original Stephanitas in O'Fallon on Veterans Memorial Parkway. Steph's Pizza is proud to be part of the News Talk STL family. Check them out at stephspizza.com. And remember, tonight's a good night for Steph's Pizza.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
News this hour at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. There are some concerns being raised by both parents and doctors over those new White House directives on vaccinations.
Earlier this week, President Trump said the plan is to separate childhood vaccinations.
At 1 year, you should have 5 separate visits for vaccines rather than getting them all in the same day.
Health experts say vaccination rates are likely to fall because parents will need to take children to more appointments. There is also concern over the financial cost. Vaccine makers will need to build new manufacturing plants capable of producing millions of extra doses. Individual shots have not been marketed separately in the U.S. for decades. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
White House Press Secretary Kataline Leavitt says she's leaving her post to spend more time raising her 2 children, a little boy who's 2 years old and a 3-month-old daughter. Next question is, who will take her place?
With news, Kataline Leavitt is leaving her post in the Trump administration as White House Press Secretary. Names being floated as to who might replace her. Reportedly on the list, Alina Habba, the former acting U.S. Attorney for New Jersey. Breitbart Washington Bureau Chief Matthew Boyle, and Katie Miller, a former aide to Elon Musk at Doge and the wife of Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy Stephen Miller. Also in the mix, Principal Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly.
That is Laura Winters reporting. The dog days of summer are taking a bite out of Europe this year. Large parts of Western Europe sweltering as Britain and France experience their 5th heat wave of the season. Forecasters predict temperatures could reach 100 degrees in central and southeast England. That would make it the hottest days of the year. France, meanwhile, seeing temperatures as high as 104. Abnormally, for both of these countries, as neither actually depend on air conditioning, it is very rarely used outside of shops and offices. More at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
When your commercial or industrial facility needs repairs, who do you trust? Commercial Facilities Maintenance gets the job done right every time. From plumbing and electrical to asphalt, concrete, and fencing, we handle it all. Occupied job sites? No problem. Multi-phase projects? We've got you covered. We offer seamless communication, quality handiwork, and a cost-free estimate within 1 to 2 business days. Visit commercialfacilitiesmaintenance.com or call 314-226-3839.
It's a brand new show on News Talk STL, JC's Sunday Showgram.
We go back to 1991 and the busload of listeners we took to the Field of Dreams. I'll tell you about the truly astonishing play my uncle was part of this week in 1959 at Wrigley Field. We'll talk to a reporter friend of mine in Milwaukee who covered the Stevie Ray Vaughan crash, and we open the Elvis file. All brought to you by the Weber Automotive Group.
Sunday morning, 7 to 9. Then podcast each Monday on NewstalkSTL.com.
With all of the celebrations, anniversaries, and holidays coming up over the next few months, where are you going to go to get that special something for the special people in your life? Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, of course. Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, found 24/7 at wowdiamonds.com. Tim Jones here to tell you all about Newsteaders Fine Jewelers. Richard Newsteader and his team serving our region since 1961 with awesome, honest jewelry solutions. They've got everything from diamonds to wedding engagement rings, hand-engraved items, pendants, earrings, and so much more. You can find them 24/7, wowdiamonds.com. That's Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, wowdiamonds.com.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, 1 more hour is all we got. Don't be asking for any more. Well,
if you want.
Whatever you guys want is what we'll do, okay? So Ken got his hands on a leaked copy of Joe Biden's memoir.
Yeah.
The audiobook version.
It's great.
So we're going to play a little excerpt of the book.
And we wouldn't do this often, just to promote the book being released, I think in November.
Celebrating? Is that what we're doing?
We're celebrating the Joe Biden memoir.
And also, tonight is Mike Bush's last night of anchoring Channel 5 News.
Good luck to him. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I got a couple things to say.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. And Ken Cuccinelli, who still owes me a steak dinner from the Heritage Action Election Transparency Initiative. Okay. Call him up and tell him to shorten that, will you? Right now, Tony, hey, Tony.
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony!
What a bunch of emasculated politicians.
Tony.
Tony Kinnett.
Gun person. That's a new one. I'm going to keep an eye out for any Mossberg 500s with legs.
Oh, God, Tony,
live.
Nobody liked Vic. That's why I'm honored to be here.
Daily Signal national correspondent Tony Kinnett. Morning, sir. How are you?
I am a little under the weather, but I am smoking my grandfather's pipe, and it makes it all better. I'm not joking.
Wow.
What kind of tobacco?
Borkum Riff. It is I guess it originates from Denmark, but that's just always what he smoked. It's what I remember from my childhood. And that's all I've ever really been able to enjoy in a pipe. That's just, it's soothing.
I've never smoked a pipe. My uncles used to smoke them, and the smell, I just love the smell of pipe tobacco.
It's interesting you say that because, Tony, I went to Mizzou here, and I was in a fraternity, Alpha Sigma Phi. We were in the Alpha Theta chapter. And sure. I had a pipe, and I actually carved a bunch of different little things in it, the brothers' names, the Alpha Sigma Phi logo. And Vic, to your point, I love the smell of the tobacco, but whenever I would light it and smoke it, act like I'm cool, I was like, not so much.
Yeah, I hear you.
Genuinely, the smell, if you're a conservative and you're in some kind of an office environment, whether it's a cigar or a pipe tobacco smell, or either maybe you're a lawyer, you're a member of the Federalist Society, there better be burning tobacco in your office somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I've joked before that, man, if the feds would allow me, I don't even smoke Marlboros. I'd allow Marlboro to sponsor my show just for the hell of it.
Huh. We'd like that, too. I smoke Marlboro. So maybe it'll bring back the great joke. You call the store that sells tobacco and you say, hey, you got Prince Albert in cans? Yeah. Well, you better let him out so he can breathe.
Is your refrigerator running?
Right.
Catch it.
You can do that at
I
any
hear
time.
there's a few of those jokes, but they're all mixed up in the Joe Biden audiobook. You got Prince Albert in the can while he's running.
So it's funny you mentioned Joe Biden. We got a little excerpt from his upcoming memoir in the next break.
You don't say. If I were here listening to News Talk STL, I would stick around come hell or high water. Oh, in Indiana, maybe I shouldn't say that right now. But just for that. Seriously, half of my friends' houses are underwater today.
Oh,
and that's also kind of wild. So yeah, we're all stuck inside since all of the roads near me are washing away.
All right. Here's one problem with what you just said.
Let me hear it.
If you were listening to News Talk STL, not like I listen all day on the app, what are you talking about?
I listen to it during meetings and I get in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how.
Okay.
That's fair.
Oh yeah.
Because
Tony start with a little Mike Ferguson, finish with a little Vic Porcelli. It's perfect.
but see, here's the thing: is that we were just talking about our listeners that were up in Montana today, North Carolina,
right?
It was Idaho yesterday.
Yeah.
Utah, somewhere up there.
Both of those.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Fantastic. All right, let's get down to business. Stop screwing around, Tony. Let's go.
All right, I promise.
Southern Poverty Law Center's CFO arrested. Ken said something to me off the air, just off the cuff, and he goes, boy, I hope they never come back. Let's hope they're gone, first of all, and let's hope they never come back.
I mean, I hope this just have anybody when you see one of these rallies now where you're seeing like a guy who's in like a JC Penney white sheet or he's carrying a tiki torch. I hope the average American now goes, hey, I wonder if that's the Lincoln Project or the SPLC.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And that's the whole thing about the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know, I love when all these organizations make Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great way to fool the public on, hey, we're trying to do good, when they're not trying to do good at all, Tony, not at all.
See, I think that you should actually like run this on a radio ad and be like, the Southern Poverty Law Center. We make sure the KKK is never in poverty.
Right. Wow. That's really good.
That is good.
But there was a story, Tony. Hold on, I got it. It came. Okay, I got it. So it was 60 Minutes, an edition of 60 Minutes, and it was right after the first announcement of the Southern Poverty Law Center indictments. And what's her name? Leslie Stahl was talking about, you know, when these when floods happened and the hurricane happened, white supremacists came to recruit people, like not to help, to recruit people, and it was all because they were covering for the SPLC, I think.
Yeah.
I just love this entire, like that entire weirdo kind of narrative that you have to set. So there's a group of dudes, all right? There's a group of dudes together, and whatever they believe. I don't care whether they're Black Panther. I don't care whether they're KKK. I don't care. I don't even care if it's some of Mao's little influencer Chinese guys. They're like, you know what? There's a flood that happened here. Let's go help some people out. And CBS is like, is this a white supremacist conspiracy theory? And it's like literally a guy handing somebody a drill in the middle of a flood. It's like, I'll ask you questions about what you're doing there later. But for right now, is this really where the focus needs to be? I don't know. I always just found that a little bizarre.
Well, the problem that I have with this whole SPLC thing is that they're saying that they were so good and instrumental in the Charlottesville thing. And the tragedy here is that President Trump was being judged based on just that for so many years, being called a racist. So many people were destroyed by all that, and yet that's not even being discussed right now.
The worst people there, the SPLC made sure they were getting paid and laid. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Like, what on earth? And by the way, I think this is the point that a lot of people are missing. Todd Blanche may be the best attorney general the United States has had in decades.
Wow.
In decades. This man, he doesn't get at the podium and go, this president's agenda we're accomplishing. And that could be either Pam Bondi or Merrick Garland, depending on how you think of it.
Right.
And Todd Blanche, Todd gets up there and they're like, are you working on this? And he says, I don't know, maybe. We'll find out, won't you?
Yeah, I love that.
And then he'll deliver.
Yep.
And he delivers, yes. And that's something we're not talking enough about, is there are actually incarcerations or criminals being arrested. It's really good stuff.
What a freaking concept. What a concept.
So,
like you under-promise and you over-deliver.
Love
wow.
That. That's what I do. So anyway, what's so funny about that?
Nothing.
What are you laughing
at?
You
just continue, please.
God almighty. So speaking of that, and Todd Blanche and the Justice Department, they charged 11 people with alleged marriage fraud schemes involving over 1,000 sham unions, right? And Ken has been talking about, I can't tell you, since we started this show, military-aged Asian guys who have been coming into this country, and now they're getting married and staying here.
Well, Tony, the big deal was that they were crossing 140,000 during the Biden administration, crossed the southern border from China. I don't know how that worked out, but I guess they walked from China to South America. I don't know.
Sure. Manda Express, yeah.
God, that's funny. So what do you think about this whole story?
I think that the headline doesn't really do it justice, because you're like, 11 people arrested. Like, no. 11 people, well, now it's actually up to 13 people arrested so far, because they have basically said there is this network that operates that pairs very sad, desperate, and underperforming women with these military-age dudes. They meet a week before, and then all of these NGOs, remember all the sweet and wonderful, loving little Catholic NGOs? Oh, we're just helping people for the Father. And they would coach them to lie and cheat and steal. And then amazingly, these people lie and cheat and steal. And then again, these are the people who they get into the country who couldn't even make it through in the migrant way. That's the real insidious part here, is that these aren't even the people that are coming through and doing the marriages that are, these aren't even the people that are coming into the country and claiming asylum, and you run the background check on them and like, yeah, we don't have any records, you're fine. The marriage loophole gets a lot uglier people through, and it's over 1,000. All of the stuff you were told wasn't happening is happening.
Of course.
In Michigan, a big round of indictments on people who illegally voted in 2024 just dropped this morning. You were told it wasn't happening. Guess what? It's happening.
Mm-hmm. So Trump's win was even bigger than we even imagined.
Oh, yeah.
Literally the most monumental political move in probably 30, 40, 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. Since the Reagan Revolution. I mean, probably the biggest movement in this country is just this coroner who simply says, it's all corrupt and it's full of lots of garbage. And that changed so much because this technocracy that was willing to lie to you is now being exposed to be completely fraudulent. And they're crying because now when they tell you something, the American people go, I don't know about that. And it's for good reason, whether it's the COVID stuff or whether it's the ballot fraud stuff or whether it's men are actually women. And then all of the women NBA commissioners get together and they hold a huge meeting on what makes a man or a woman. And they can't decide after a 4-hour meeting. The rest of the country is making fun of those people.
I'm sorry, Tony, did you say the word technocracy?
That's what I call the establishment.
I love it.
So I don't really believe in the word like establishment because it has kind of lost its meaning. The technocracy are a people. This is what the actual establishment believes. Neocons doesn't make any sense really anymore. Establishment means very little. The technocracy are those who believe that those who have lots of degrees and those who are the experts are the ones who deserve to run the country. This is talked about in Robert Heinlein's book, Starship Troopers, not the movie from the 90s, but the 1959 novel. And
I love the movie, by the way, though.
Oh, the movie's great. I mean, just a fantastic set of actors on display in that movie. But in the case of the actual book, Starship Troopers, which is kind of the foundation now for my political philosophy, that's another talk we'll have to have someday. But the idea of the technocracy, which is what all these old establishment people are on the right. On the left, the establishment, they're corporatists. So they're cronyist. They believe the state should provide subsidies. That's what they believe. On the right, though, the establishment are these, well, this public affairs firm says that I shouldn't talk about it. They don't listen to the tens of thousands of their own constituents who say talk about it. They listen to some public affairs firm where 8 PhDs are telling them something. That's the technocracy who I'm criticizing.
I love it. Tony, 80-20 of the entire nation thinks you should have an ID to vote. And somehow they can't pass the Save America Act. What, has anybody asked them why? Why are you doing this? Why are you not passing this? Are you not listening to your constituents? Why are you in the Senate at all?
Because you have 8 or 9 grumpy old men and women. You got to get Murkowski and Collins in there who believe that no, let's not get too hasty. And also I'm mad. No one treats me like a king anymore. No one's licking my feet at restaurants. Why? I'm so mad and jealous.
Oh, I think he's
and
right.
So they sit there and do nothing.
I think you were totally right about that. The Senate is so non-functional right now. I mean, they will if they're forced, if they're called out so much, they just go, okay, well then we'll pass this, but just shut up about that Save America Act thing.
So stupid. They're so stupid.
And then when you question them about it, they're shocked that you're questioning them. That's the real thing for me that cracks me up. I got one particular senator. This was off the record, so I'm not allowed to tell you who it was, but it was Cornyn. And I got a chance and I asked him a question. This is about 6 months ago. And he looked at me in the most shocked, how are you asking me a question kind of way? How dare you question me? Don't you know I've been here forever? And because I simply looked at him and said, I have the degrees. I just don't lord them over people. Now answer my damn question. He didn't even know what to say to that. And so he's like, I have to go somewhere. And I'm like, that's great. I'll walk with you while you answer this question. And he didn't know how to answer. Seriously, he just I looked like Popeye when Wimpy is ordering hamburgers and eating them without paying for them. And Popeye's just shocked.
Right.
Yeah. His mouth he drops open. He's like, how could you be doing that to me? I mean, that's kind of Cornyn in that case.
That was pretty good. All right. So I hope we can do this in 2.5 minutes here, Tony. Operation Round River, you hip to that?
A little bit. A smidgen.
Okay. FBI had 14 informants on Biden crime family corruption, but ran secret counter-op to bury the evidence. FBI.
Yeah, that violates it violates the Espionage Act of 1927. And again, this is why I am very much against firing squads and I'm very much against lethal injection. The punishment for treason is hanging. It is to be hanged by the neck in the public until dead, not as a spectacle, but as a warning. And as long as you allow these little FBI agents who have done this crap to remain unnamed and to have nothing happen to them, eventually you will get to vigilantism as people say, that's looking really corrupt. And they'll just go and do something about it. This is one of the most blatant cases of corruption I've ever seen in my entire life.
So I hear somebody else talking about vigilantism once in a while, Vic.
We've been talking about that for a couple of years because if you're gonna defund the police, guess what? The only thing left to protect people are the vigilantes.
And this is where things actually say, well, what's the problem with that? Wouldn't that be good?
Yes.
Is what I hear some people saying. The answer I will say to that is, at first it might be good. The problem is there's no off switch for that once you turn it on. And pretty soon, and by the way, this is like the whole Mike Lindell thing, because I think Mike Lindell is a big moron and he goofed himself over in this Minnesota gubernatorial race. But he came out afterward, after he got spanked by Lisa DeMuth, and said there was voter fraud. And there were people that made fun of him, but too few. Why? Because once there are cases of things that are being done and no one's doing anything about it, all you have to do is make the accusation. And to many people, that will be confirmation of guilt. It's essentially Me Too, but for the right. And I worry that with vigilantism, pretty soon you'll have people saying, well, I don't like the outcome of this case, therefore it must be corrupt. And that's how you get into really horrible, unwarranted violence. So that's the danger of it.
Okay, you sold me. Now, Mike Lindell, you're giving him a bunch of trouble here, but I do want to say one of his more brilliant products, we know the Giza Dream Sheets, right? But what about the Gaza Dream Sheets?
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to bring you the best price ever on my exclusive Gaza Dream Bed Sheets. If you're on the front line fighting Hamas, you need the best sleep possible on my exclusive Gaza Dream Bed Sheets, made from the finest cotton in the world, grown only in a region between the Golan Heights, the Dead Sea, and the West Bank. My Gaza Dream Bed Sheets will get you the great night's sleep you need to kill Hamas terrorists. Order now and get a pair of my pillow slippers to sneak up on those Hamas terrorists. Use the number on your screen and use the promo code SHALOM. Please order now.
Pretty good product there, Tony.
I really like it. I do. I by the way, my personal favorite about the Gaza Dream Sheets, that you just have a wonderful night's sleep. You have sweet dreams. I mean, some would say that when you rise from bed in the morning, you practically explode out of bed.
Exactly right. But if you get the Gaza Dream slippers, you can sneak up on those Hamas terrorists.
That's true, although you have to order by pager, and some find that a little difficult.
That's only for Hezbollah, though.
That was good.
All right. Tony, love talking to you, man. Thank you so much.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
Hey, see you, Tony. He is so fast.
He is, man. He really is fast. It's tough to keep up with him. You need a calculator just to figure out what he's saying. But
what about the pager he just said?
Yeah, right.
Split second.
Right. Yeah, he's good. All right, so coming up next, an exclusive
yes,
excerpt for you from the audiobook version of Joe Biden's memoir, which is Forget Me, America? Is that what it's called?
I think it's Promise.
Promise Me, America.
But it should be Forget Me.
That's next.
Wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe.
We give you news, analysis, opinion, and more. Only on News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Hey, thank you very much for taking my call.
News, analysis, opinion.
Yes, I just want you to know what a breath of fresh air you people are.
101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 101.9. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Craving hot chicken so good it ruins all other hot chicken? Welcome to Slaps Hot Chicken. Juicy, bold, always done right. From no heat all the way up to the Reaper. Try our famous loaded fries, loaded mac and cheese, and the only loaded fried ravioli you can get. Grab a crispy slider, sink your teeth into our jumbo tenders, or treat yourself to our mouth-watering chicken and waffles. Slaps Hot Chicken, 5950 Highway 94 in Weldon Spring. You've got to come in and try it for yourself.
Rhino Shield is engineered to outlast paint, formulated to outsmart the elements. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, mold or mildew. Our home exterior coatings intelligently designed to stand up to Mother Nature. Call 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Stop before you dig. Click or call 811. Every dig, every time.
Hitting an underground utility can cause costly damage and serious injury. Contact Missouri 811 online or simply dial 811 at least 3 working days before you dig. It's fast, free, and the law. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Stop before you dig. Click or call 811. Every dig, every time.
It's the law. Sponsored by Missouri 811.
If you have a phone, you have a radio.
I listen to News Talk STL on the app driving to work.
Download the News Talk STL app.
You got to get the News Talk STL app.
Love the app. Can listen anywhere in St. Louis.
And listen anytime. News Talk STL right on my phone. Anywhere. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken. Vic has great hair. Ken has great, baseball caps? The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
And now an excerpt from Promise Me, America by Joe Biden.
They've got a price in the car. They have to price in the price of carbon, and so there's so much. I think. Anyway, look. I one more question here. Is it too late to the climate change?
Well, I'm so glad to hear you talking about that as eloquently as you do, Joe.
Oh, my God. There you go. That's just a tiny little excerpt of the Forget About Me America. Is that what it's called, Forget About Me?
I think it's Promise Me.
Promise Me.
But I'm just excited the fact that we have the inside scoop, that we have the information, the audio from the book.
Yes. You're not going to get that anywhere but here.
No.
Good job, Ken.
Thanks for that.
Going undercover. You
Very
have to
proud.
go undercover for that?
Yeah.
That's good. You did a good job. We'll do more of that. When? Tomorrow? We're doing this every day? We do this every day?
Whenever we feel like it. Yeah.
Right.
Whenever
All right. I'm good with whenever we
you
feel
know,
like.
if we get enough requests, we might do it,
All right, here's what I want to do. I want to talk about Mike Bush, and then if we have a couple of minutes, do an extra little chat box for the people that are bitching in the Rumble.
We can do
box. Okay. All right, so Mike Bush is doing his last newscast tonight on News Channel 5, which they don't say News Channel 5 anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Now they say 5 on your side.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. They've been doing that for a while, though.
Yeah, but this is what happened. They were News Channel 5, and then remember Elliot Davis on Channel 2? It's your money. Remember? You paid for it. You paid for it. It was kind of like that, where if you had a problem with something government, you write to Channel 5, and they come out, and they say, 5 on your side, because we're on your side. And then some consultant said, hey, that's great. We should use that all the time. 5 on your side. And I don't like it. I think that should be just a special thing, and they should still be, News Channel 5.
But 5 on your side, they're on your side, Vic.
Yes. Can I get another bourbon on the rocks? Thanks. So Mike Bush started at News Channel 5 way before I came to town. And he started out as the sports guy. They went to him for sports. Cardinals won. Blues lost. Whatever the score was. He'd show you the highlights, that kind of guy. And then he, do you remember Bob Richards?
Yeah, yeah.
He went down on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
They were so big that they ran commercials around them. I like Bob and Mike. Remember?
Right.
Bob would do the weather, Mike would do the sports. And then he started a 5-minute Sports Plus, Sports Extra, whatever it was called, on Sunday nights. And then they increased it to a half an hour and then an hour. Sports Plus used to be an hour. I guess to compete, too, with George Michael's Sports Machine. Remember that show?
Oh, yeah.
That was a great show.
Wow.
And then Mike moved to anchoring. Now, I met Mike for the first time when I went to one of the MDA telethons. I got to answer the phones in the telethon. And he came up and talked to me on the air. You know, like, hey, I'm Vic. Nobody knew who I was yet in town. They may still not know who I am. But, and he handles all that very, very well, you know. It's not easy to do.
No, it's not. And to keep, your composure and act very normal and but at the same time, keep the energy up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I met him. And you know what? It might have been the only time I've ever met him. And the cool thing about Mike Bush and me is that his daughter, I think her name is Jennifer, we were in a play together, a musical, Grease. We were in Grease.
Oh, okay.
And I played Vince Fontaine, who was the DJ that came to the dance at the gym on TV. And Mike's daughter, Jennifer, was Marty Maraschino. So Vince Fontaine hits on Marty Maraschino. So I had a hit on Mike Bush's daughter during this play. And, of course, it was all, all the play. And he didn't come shoot me, so that was good news. So Mike's last newscast is tonight. I just wanted to say good luck, Mike. I guess I like it. I don't hate it. At the end of every newscast that he does, he says, there you have it.
Yeah, I like it. I think, people anchors try to have that closing tagline, like Al Roker's thing and Walter Cronkite.
What about us?
And us, too.
Keep the record player on at night.
Well, I know.
Same thing.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
But, right. And his is short and sweet.
Mm-hmm. So that's Bruce Almighty, right?
That the cookie crumbles one? Yeah.
That's the way he's got a comb over his lip. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's a good movie. So anyway, good luck, Mike. I think he's still going to do a lot of like the MDA stuff and a lot of the charity stuff. He had a baseball camp for kids that are blind.
Yeah, that's great.
How do you hit the ball?
Well,
kids with disabilities, he's always there helping, and he does a lot for the community. And there you have it. All right. Can we do a little chat box, a little extra chat box for these people?
Yeah.
Because they don't yell at you. They yell at me.
No, they yell at us.
No, they yell at me.
Yeah, they yell at us.
You get all the credit. I get all the...
I don't think so.
Okay. So the funniest thing is the battle between Ed Stoit and Dave Stouffer. Ed's a union manager at Rumble, and Dave is right to work, right to chat box. And Ed says, let's get this chat time back to its proper place. Signed, Ed Stoit, business manager. Facebookers, don't listen to Dave. He's a rogue rebel. You're backed by the union if you need. Ask Dave why he complained about us Rumblers using chat names to supposedly hide behind, but when he comes in here, he uses a nickname. How do you get a 250 T-shirt? Go to NewstalkSTL.com.
Yeah, and see if that's still happening. I guess we should probably figure that out.
I hope it does.
I hope
we get one, Duke. Ed says, Tony. PMS says, Channel 5 hired Steve Savard to take Mike Bush's place. Didn't see that coming. Savard was a victim of the COVID cuts on KMOV Channel 4. I really like Steve Savard.
I like Steve Savard, the local guy, everything.
He's got such a manner where he's telling you the news, but he just sounds like he's talking to you.
Yep.
Good guy. He's Vic's made man. Steve Savard is Vic's made man. You're the made man. We did the whole ceremony with you. We cut your finger, right?
Right.
Burned the saint card.
Yeah, I was hoping that was going to be the case and not just get offed.
What?
You know how in Goodfellas, he thinks he's a made man, and he goes into that
No,
room. I didn't know. I had no idea.
Who knew? Might just start watching Savard. Wasn't a Mike Bush fan. That's fair. You either are or you're not. Watched 4 for now, but they and 2 are not good. So glad Blondie is gone. I'm assuming that's Pam Biondi. Since the agenda showed nothing at 11:25, why wasn't the chat box there? Huh? What? Huh? Just asking. But still, hit that like button. Yes, please, hit the like button. Download our podcasts. Share it with your friends and your family. Hit the notifications bell. I don't even know what I'm saying, if this is true.
Because it won't kill you.
Because it's real, for no other reason. Not that it helps us or our show.
No.
Just that it won't kill you.
Yeah, it won't kill you.
Vic better get that air bubble syndrome checked. My wife said, I said, why does that happen? She goes, well, you may get some air under your diaphragm. I'm like, excuse me, I don't wear a diaphragm.
Well, you're...
What?
Uh-huh.
What do you got to say about that?
No, you're getting a check soon. You're getting stuff checked soon.
I am. Yep, we'll see. And I'll be honest with you, I just found something. That's too much information. Never mind. Cry and complain. Sheesh. File a grievance when it gets to step 4 appeals. Might give a statement. Never got an extra chat segment on Facebook. Only Eddie that can complain to that level. Right to chat. He's got his sign, his pitchforks, and his torches. STL Sports Media used to be the best. Zipper Zeppa. Remember Zipper Zeppa?
Oh, my goodness. How could we not mention him?
He's great.
Zipper Zeppa.
And he worked for a company that helps disabled people, I believe. After sports.
Who was the guy a long time ago? My goodness. Sugar Plum Fairies. Oh, my goodness.
Sugar Plum Fairies?
Yeah.
Are you high?
No.
Stoned?
When I was a kid, I was actually on TV, on news. We were part of his Sugar Plum Fairies. We sang.
Oh my God!
It was really funny.
That's awesome.
I bet there's got to be video somewhere because I was on TV.
What channel?
I'll have to find that, Channel 5.
They'll find it. They'll find it.
So and so's Sugar Plum Fairies. It was a Christmas celebration
In St. Charles or in where you live?
Inside, it was at Channel 5.
Oh, at Channel 5.
Yeah, we had to go to the studio and do it. Man, what was that?
All right, while you're thinking about what that was.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Sugar Plum Fairy in St. Charles that got fired because she was stoned? Yeah. I always wanted to talk to her. Never got a chance
We went to see them and that whole thing. They still do it. It's great. If you ever get a chance, go to Main Street, the old Main Street in St. Charles for Christmas, for the holidays. It's great.
If you notice, no rumblers infiltrate Facebook to harass them. And then PMS has to say, okay, the Facebook chat box is the Tim Waltz of chat boxes.
Oh, wow. That's a stab.
Told you not to poke the bear.
Good night, Dick.
Have a blessed day, Dave.
The Vic Porcelli Show. Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Whoosh.
Columbo and Company.
Join us every day for conversations with a wide variety of guests as we keep you informed and up to speed on all the important news and headlines you need to know.
Live and local weekdays at 2 on News Talk STL.
Hi, it's Mike from The Morning Show, and this coming Friday on the 14th, we are going to be broadcasting from Mario's Donut Restaurant on Mugie Road.
Hey, it's Susie. I'm going to be there, too. We're all going to be there. We want you to be there with us. Join us. Come have some coffee. Come have some donuts.
And, of course, you never know which of our guests is going to show up in person. It's going to be a great time with great food at a great local business, Mario's Donut Restaurant.
That's right. You don't know who might be there, so you better come out and check it out and come join the fun.
Friday, the 14th, 5:30 to 9 a.m.
Mark your calendar for the annual Leadership for America Dinner 2026, Friday, September 25th at the St. Charles Convention Center Grand Ballroom. Join News Talk STL for an unforgettable evening featuring keynote speaker Nick Shirley, the independent journalist who exposed the alleged fraud in Minneapolis, plus additional speakers and guests, dinners included. So come hungry for great food and bold ideas. For tickets and more information, visit newstalkstl.com.
Hey guys, don't miss Straight Lines with Elizabeth Kaiser every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. where we talk about so many areas, including AI, law, and health. We have some fantastic guests on my show. Don't forget, Sunday evenings at 8 p.m., Straight Lines with Elizabeth Kaiser.
Stand and Fight with Nick Schroer.
Hey, it's Nick Schroer. To preserve this nation, to preserve the experiment in liberty that our founders envisioned, we must take a stand and fight.
Stand and Fight with Nick Schroer. Sunday nights at 6.
Only on Newstalk STL.
It's a brand new show on Newstalk STL. JC's Sunday Showgram.
We go back to 1991 and the busload of listeners we took to the Field of Dreams. I'll tell you about the truly astonishing play my uncle was part of this week in 1959 at Wrigley Field. We'll talk to a reporter friend of mine in Milwaukee who covered the Stevie Ray Vaughan crash, and we open the Elvis file. All brought to you by the Weber Automotive Group.
Sunday morning, 7 to 9. Then podcast each Monday on NewstalkSTL.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. You want like a sandwich or something? What kind of sandwich ain't too fattening? I have a sandwich.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
We've got a great event coming your way. It's the Leadership for America dinner. News Talk STL and the annual Leadership for America Dinner 2026 is on September 25th at St. Charles Convention Center Grand Ballroom, featuring the one and only Nick Shirley as our keynote speaker. And Nick can tell us how he was able to uncover massive fraud in Minnesota and in California and other places when the mainstream media couldn't be investigative enough. Boy, this is so telling. His whole story is so telling. And I can't wait to hear the stories he tells at our dinner on September 25th. Independent journalist, exposing fraud, and we have other speakers too. Your ticket price will include dinner and program and must be purchased in advance. If you'd like to get a ticket and more information, just go to newstalksTL.com/Nick Shirley. Okay, that's going to be a fun event. And we'll be able to speak with Nick, too, before the show. And, just get some insight on what he did. Ken, let's do a little audio here, shall we?
Yeah.
John Solomon, he started Just the News, right? He founded the site called Just the News. And
it's really, really good.
It is good.
Yeah.
I forget who he was with when he was on all the time on Fox. I forget who he was with, but he would break stories before anybody else.
They're using him as an advisor in the Trump administration now, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Listen to this. This is Just the News founder, John Solomon, talking about some really shady stuff.
What number?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. That would be number 21.
Right.
See why he hates me? See why Ken hates me? John Solomon.
Sat across from an intelligence agent, now retired, very senior. He looked me in the eye and said, the truth of the matter is we took the playbook for psychological operations and information warfare that we would use against our enemies, and we turned it against the American people to undo the 2016 election and to make sure they didn't elect Donald Trump in 2020. Now, that is a senior intelligence officer with more than 30 years of experience, a patriot who served in some of the most dangerous parts of the world, and he understood that the tactics of making something fake look real were ripped right out of our intelligence communities. Our intelligence agencies not only harmed Donald Trump, they were harming the American public, the national security interests of the American public.
So tell me again, Ken, how the 2020 election was the most secure election in history?
This is what I actually do understand, unfortunately, why the American people are seeing all this happening. If you're a Democrat, for example, and you've been fed this crap for so many years, and you're finding out now it's all been a lie. every bit of everything that they've been saying about this president, about the administration, about MAGA, about me, about conservatives, about you, Vic, anybody listening right now. We're second-class citizens because of the things that they said happened that didn't happen. And then we turn around and they find out that it's not true. Don't they even think, wow, maybe I'm getting the wrong information sometime at some point?
Right. Now, why hasn't, I cannot run the world, okay? I'm just too busy.
I know you are, Vic.
Too busy laying on the couch falling asleep.
Yes,
too busy
to
run the world. But why hasn't anyone, whether it be conservative news outlets or Republicans in a Senate and or House committee hearing, say to these people who say that it was the most secure election in history and ask them if you can take a look at their research? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're not allowed to say the most secure election in history if you can't prove on paper, in black and white, what was your research to say that the election was the most secure election in history.
Right.
Why haven't we asked them to see the research? Let me see the research that you did.
Because nobody, in this day and age, nobody goes that far into any news. They don't go to, unless it's a special presentation of an hour-long story that they need to make money on, so they do advertising every 5 minutes, or they give you 2 minutes to give the whole story, and then they don't cover it that deeply.
So that leaves our ass out in the wind.
Exactly right.
As election deniers.
Right. Because they own the media, and they can say whatever they want. They say, they're election deniers, and people believe them because they have control of the media.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about, he likes it. Hey, Mikey Sherrill, the governor of New Jersey, finally admitting, or at least we're agreeing with, that 6,000 non-citizens are registered to vote in New Jersey. Ken Cuccinelli, chair of the Heritage Actions Election Transparency Initiative. Geez, Ken, can you shorten the name of that place for us, please?
How about ETI?
Good, perfect.
There you go.
How you doing?
There. You ask, I deliver.
That's it. Appreciate that. So I'm from New Jersey. Ken, are you from New Jersey? Where are you from?
I was born in New Jersey, and I legally immigrated to Virginia when I was 2.
Legally immigrated. I lived in Jersey for 35 years, born in Bloomfield, New Jersey. And I don't remember anybody I talked to who was a liberal. Everybody, it seemed to me, was conservative. Right? Now all of a sudden it's a blue state. I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, but not hopelessly blue. It's a little bluer than Virginia, but, I mean, we had a Republican sweep in 2021. And, of course, Jersey got phenomenally close to having a Republican governor then as well. And we've seen Trump do better there. He made headway. So, it's easy for us to kind of laugh off New Jersey like we might California, but New Jersey's not out of reach. And it's interesting, Governor Sherrill here, made her comment about voter ID after the 6,600 voter screw up. And if I could just clarify for your listeners. So New Jersey basically announced that they had registered 6,600 non-citizens. These are not people trying to sneak on the voter rolls. They get licenses, even though they're not citizens in New Jersey, but they said, I am not a citizen. So this is on New Jersey, not on those people.
Hold on.
And, of course, Sherrill said, well, that was Phil Murphy's administration, as if who the governor is matters.
Right.
What matters here is what's your policy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And their policy was to dump everybody on the voter rolls.
Right.
And that 6,600 number was only 1 year.
Oh my God! So let me get
only 1 year.
Let me get this straight, Ken. So you walk in to where you register to vote. You say, "Hey, I'm not a citizen. I want a license." That's how it works.
In New Jersey.
Oh my God! Do I have to move back there and straighten things
out?
out?
They want to blame the software vendor, and the software vendor's like, our software did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Your election officials dumped these people on the voter rolls.
Now, when I said at the beginning of this conversation that most people I know from New Jersey are conservative, when 100,000 people invade tiny Wildwood, New Jersey, for a campaign rally, well, what's that tell you?
Yeah, it tells me something's happening. That's what it tells me.
It's just not. It's not fathomable. It's not. Okay, let me. Go ahead.
So July 21st, the governor on radio interview says, "Well, yeah, she's backpedaling here because she looks really bad, and she does." She says, "Yeah, I support voter ID." Well, of course, we all pounce. Well, here we are 3 weeks later, and somewhat to my surprise, the left hasn't browbeat her off this position.
Wow.
Now, I fully expect when they get into the next New Jersey session, there'll be one excuse or another, just like we saw with the Save America Act. You saw Ohio Senator Husted put up an amendment to, I want to say, continuing budget resolution that was pure voter ID, no citizenship, no nothing else. What all these Democrats have said they support, like half their Democrat caucus has said they support this stuff. Cory Booker on CNN, Chuck Schumer, Tim Kaine, Mark Warner, Chris Kuhn, real way left people, when they're cornered on voter ID, oh, yeah, we support it. If it was just voter ID, we'd support it. Gave them the vote, John Fetterman included, every single one of them voted no. Every single one of them. So while I appreciate Governor Sherrill saying she supports voter ID, what I really care about is her actions. And we've seen plenty of elected officials, it isn't just Democrats that do this, that talk a good game until you put the paper in front of them to sign, and they won't do it. And it's exactly what they said they would do.
No.
So we will be watching at the very longly named Election Transparency Initiative at the Heritage Action for America.
ETI.
Too long.
Yes, ETI at HAFA. And we're going to stay on this. Just as we do in other states, we're going to support the people running the California voter ID referendum. Imagine that. We could make progress in California. There's one coming in Michigan, a state one of the swing states, along with Nevada, that has the worst elections of them all. And they've been making them worse. They were better 5 years ago. In 2020, Michigan's elections were much better than they are today.
Well, I picked up on something that you just said, that it's not just Democrats that do that, and we've been having our complaints about the Senate and
Yep.
the way they're dragging their feet. What are your thoughts on that?
What are they, stupid?
Oh yeah, yes. Sometimes they are.
Yeah.
And but more often they just expect us. They a better way to think of it is they think we're stupid.
Yeah.
You guys probably, especially given your role of public communication, you guys probably really appreciate John Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
He is an endless source of humor, or maybe I should say policy laced with humor.
Yes.
He brings it home. Well, even John Kennedy is saying things like, well, we'll put it in the budget. Well, everybody who knows inside baseball in the Senate knows that the Save America Act, which would require citizenship checks and do voter ID, can't go through the budget as is. And he thinks we're too stupid to know it. And that's pretty disappointing for me in a John Kennedy.
Yeah.
People want to blame John Thune all the time, and he is the leader here. But the fact of the matter is he's got a lot of weak sisters in there.
Yeah.
And we need to focus on them one at a time, each and every one of them, not just John Thune.
So when you just talk about the Save America Act, right, 80-20 issue. I mean, it is an 80-20 issue, if not more balanced for
everywhere in America except the U.S. Senate. Right.
But they're how do they get reelected? How do they
validate it?
How do they validate it? How do they go back to their district and say, "Oh, look, see, I screwed you over. Yay, vote for me again."
So you get El Sayed nominated here in Michigan. That's like 6% of the electorate. And on the left, the people coming out now are the genuine, true-believing, rich white communists, spoiled libtards. And that's who's picking the nominees. So there's two levels of accountability. There's the party nomination, and there's the general election. And yes, this is an important distinction.
Yep.
I was in the state Senate in Northern Virginia when I was running for the state Senate. Transportation was more important than any other issue, and I literally mean any other issue.
Wow. Wow.
So, and I was anti-tax and known to be anti-tax. Well, if you're for transportation, you tend to also support taxes. And so how do I survive in a liberal area as a conservative with that approach? And the way I survived was I advanced transportation solutions, and I talked a lot about them. Now, first of all, they were good solutions, and history has proven I was right on those solutions. Nonetheless, as a political tactic, what mattered in the short term was that I was talking about it. Oh, this is important to him. This is important to me.
Right.
And boom, all of a sudden, votes aren't based on it. They move on to the next issue.
Oh, my God.
So, yes, it's an 80-20 issue, but is it an issue people will vote on? And there are people on our side who will vote first for or against candidates based on election issues. But when you have to decide on a candidate, this is just one among many. And so that 80-20, that's why it's so nice to be able to get like that Houston clean vote.
Yeah.
Particularly when you get all these Dems who've said, oh, if you just gave me a clean vote, I'd vote for it.
Right.
And then, because really the value of that vote is that they're liars.
You're right. Ken Cuccinelli.
That's the value of the vote.
No, you're right. Chair of the Heritage Actions Election Transparency Initiative. I'm starting an initiative to shorten the name of this place. Ken, great to have you on. Keep up the fight, man, and come talk to us again.
Will do. Good to be with you guys.
All right.
Take care, Ken.
It's so frustrating, Ken, when you can't even trust the people. Like, just a crazy, stupid analogy, right? If you're in the football huddle, right, you're the quarterback.
Right.
We're going to run a 34 slant left, whatever it is. And then before they get to the line, the tackle texts the defensive tackle on the other team to tell them what's coming. I mean, it's not that much different. I know it's a crazy, stupid analogy.
No, but it does make sense.
Why don't we keep our mouths shut about what we're doing and do what we want to do and do what your constituents say?
Well, there are certain things that I think the Republican Party, I'm talking about the Republican senators probably, more than anybody, need to understand is that you should probably take some things out of the playbook that the Democrats are doing. Fight fire with fire, Vic. That's the only way we're going to do this thing. Get it in the media in their faces and do it.
I can't do it anymore, Ken.
You can.
I can't do it.
No, you can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Thanks so much for having the record player on at night to listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
And the great Jamie Allman.
The award-winning show.
Yeah. 3 martinis. All that stuff. Great guests. Great talk. Ashlyn.
Yes.
Perfect recipe for your 3 martini lunch coming up next. Kenny and I will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
See you, everybody.
Whoosh.
Renewal by Anderson reminds you, if your home is a place where everyone gathers in the summer, you know how the little things matter. Sunlight coming through the window, the patio door constantly opening for kids, the front door welcoming everyone. Everyday moments deserve windows and doors just as beautiful as the memories you're making. And that's why so many homeowners choose Renewal by Anderson for beautifully crafted replacement windows and doors designed for lasting comfort, energy efficiency, timeless style. For a limited time, take $385 off every replacement window, $785 off every replacement patio or entry door. Flexible financing is available. Schedule your free Renewal by Anderson window and door diagnosis. Just dial pound 250 on your mobile phone. Say the keyword Windows. No phone number, no searching online. Pound 250, the keyword Windows. Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on NewstalkSTL. And you can visit us at INH